girl, Bella.
Hi, babes. It's me, Shannon B. for Brown Girl Bella. I bring you lips, lashes, and luxury. My brand is all about high-end luxury, but I also do mid-tier reviews as well as for my bargain bellas, drugstore brands as well. I do makeup and skincare and show you what things you should spend your money on and which things you should simply toss away. There's something here for everyone, and there's something here for you. Come join me, be a Bella, and let's get Bellafied. Hold, please. Need some lip gloss. That's better. Hey, babes. How's everybody doing tonight? It is Thursday, or as I like to say, Thursday. Yay. And I'm going to tell you, this week, man, this week, much like last week, lots going on. It has been quite an eventful 2 weeks. I'm just going to say that. Quite an eventful 2 weeks. Got a couple of folks in here tonight. I see Lori's in here. Hey, saying hi to my TT, but I don't see my TT in here. Lori says she won't be able to stay long tonight. Hope the live goes well. I do too. So far, my internet is acting up. I might have to take this on downstairs, so you might get a different view tonight if the signal does not boost up a little bit more. I might stop the camera for a moment and go down to the second level to see if the booster is on and actually working. So might do that in a moment while we're waiting for more people to come in. Hey, sissy, how are you? Hopefully you'll be able to come up because this is Welcome to the Queendom. So queens, feel free. Kings, feel free. Come on up. And, we're going to holler. We're going to talk. Lots going on in the news this week. As usual, some effery is going on. And I just need to holler at my people about it. So definitely want to do that. And Sissy, thank you for the super sticker. I so appreciate it. I so appreciate you. You're my girl for real. You know this. Beyond this YouTube stuff, you and me, we go together like beans and rice. Arroz con gandules, mamita. I love it. Te gusta. And let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. As my sister says, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Hey, with the super sticker. With the super sticker. With the super sticker. Hey, foot soldier, welcome in. Welcome in. Hey. Oh, we're not talking to you, Brooklyn, but come on. You want to get down? Come on. Hey, Brooklyn said, what's up, y'all? Hey, Brooklyn. Hey, Brooklyn. Hey, welcome to the live, everybody. Hey, a hot mess. Listen, it's been a hot mess in this news. We're going to get into it. Come on, Brooklyn. This your jam? Hey, work it out with the paw, hey, y'all see my baby? Hey, with the super sticker, with the super sticker. Hey, Brooklyn, go Brooklyn, go Brooklyn, go Brooklyn, go Brooklyn. It's your breakdown. Go Brooklyn, it's your breakdown. Go Brooklyn, it's your breakdown. Go Brooklyn, it's your breakdown. 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 Hey! Looking like what? Yes! Yes! Hey, legendary beauty! Hey! Hey, legendary beauty! Hey! Hey, legendary beauty! What? Yes, doggies in the house. Yes, hello, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I just serenaded Miss Burns, Elevate with Burns. That show is phenomenal. She has a YouTube channel by the same name, formerly Burns Junk Closet. She also goes live on Instagram every morning. Check it out. And yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. And you will love it too. So go love it. Go love it. Let's see. Yes. Habanero, arroz con pollo, baby. Yes. I think I might make me some Spanish food tomorrow. Since I'm working from home tomorrow, maybe I'll make me some Spanish rice. Yes. Arroz sin gandules. Some pollo. Hello. Thank you. That's my Brooklyn. Hey, the Honorable Angelina Nordstrom is in the house, baby. Hey, 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 hey. And she is, excuse me. Let me give you a proper introduction, baby. She is now a bougie babe, okay? She is now a bougie babe. So you better get into it, okay? Bougie. And we love it. Anywho, let's get into this commentary. I am going to run downstairs real quick. So, Angelina, you are just in time because I need to go downstairs to the second floor, second level. Look at me. Who am I, right? Who am I? The second level. Whatever. But I do got to go downstairs to check the strength of the Wi-Fi booster that is on the second level, just to make sure we don't have no problems. We don't want no problems as we go into this talk today. Hey. You know what? This is cool, right? This is cool. We ain't do our hair this week, so let's slick it up with a let's slick it up in a bun. Let's throw some gel on. Let's get it together because we just did not have time this week. We just did not. But I'm going to get my hair done tomorrow. And by tomorrow evening, darling, it's going to be really beautiful and flowing, honey. Thank you. I missed one. What did I miss? I caught the $1.49 and I did the $3. You missed when I did the serenade because I did the serenade off the $3 and then went back to the $1.49. That's how I do. You know, I go in and then I come out and then I go in again. You know how we do in Brooklyn, son? That's how we do in Brooklyn, son. I'm silly today, just so y'all all know. I am feeling silly. Okay. Hey, sis Faye, what's going on? Thank you so much for coming. How are you? How are you, beautiful? Thank you so much for coming. Yeah. How was work today? I left work early because I was the only one in that mug. And I was rushing because I had a 9 a.m. meeting with my boss. And she was like, well, I'm working from home today. And I was like, well, I kind of should have did that too. So I did some work, as much work as I could in the office. Oh, we're cracking open the Black Girl Magic Rosé today because it's that kind of week where you got to do a heavy pour. Listen, drink responsibly. I'm in my own house. Mind your business. I'm in my own house. Mind your business. So I did a healthy pour. The bouquet on this thing is so amazing. So amazing. And it tastes just like I remember it. So McBride Sisters are two sisters. It is a Black-owned company, a female-owned company, and they are vintners in California, San Miguel, California. And this is vinted and bottled by the McBride Collection. It's called Black Girl Magic Rosé. Black Girl Magic is more than a phrase. It's a feeling, a look, a mood, a taste. The Black Girl Magic Collection is our personal ode to our culture and our story, inspired by the magic and resilience of Black women to be enjoyed by all. We created these wines to draw parallels to the culture, beauty, and style of Black women as a means to inspire, inform, and invite in all who appreciate and respect what Black girl magic truly means. That is Black girl magic. And so they do have a lot of varietals. They have a Black girl magic rosé. They have a Black girl magic Chardonnay. They have a Black girl magic Riesling. They have a red wine, which is chef's kiss. One of my favorites, hands down. Next to the rosé, the Black girl magic red wine, and I think it's a red wine blend. So good, so good, so good. All right, we got some more folks up in the house. And I want to make sure I say hello to them. So yes, work today was okay, but yeah, I wish I had stayed home. So I left work about 3:30, thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna catch like the 4 o'clock train or whatever. I did actually get the 3:39, but I didn't get here until like doggone near 5 o'clock. So it's like I left early for what? Like I got here almost the same time I usually do. So I don't know what's going on with my trains, but like the Metro North is really sucking donkey booty right now. So I don't know. You heard me? Listen, son. Listen, son. I'm telling you. If you ever hear somebody say son or what's the other one? I'm dead ass. Which cracks me up when Beyonce said it, because I was like, that is my line. Like I used to say that all the time. I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. And then if I throw the sun in there, you know I'm not playing with you. I'm dead ass, son. I'm dead ass. Like that is like the exclamation point on almost anything. I'm dead ass. I love this wine. I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass not talking to you no more. It has a multitude of uses, is what I'm saying. Brooklyn, son. Hello, Dimple Rose Blog. Welcome in, sis. Thank you for coming to the Queendom. Welcome to the Queendom. We're going to get started in a moment. Yes, I am working from home tomorrow, Mondays and Fridays. Thank you. I work from home. So, yes, I will be working from home tomorrow. So, wine away. Unwind, wine, and what? Have some wine. All right. My babes are in the house. Hey, babes. Am I old enough? I'm just 21, boo. Old enough to dip it and do it and dip it and do it and dip it and do it. So I'm drinking and emphasizing. I'm drinking and emphasizing. I'm drinking and emphasizing. Y'all know I'm a hot mess. Hey, Sissy. Hey, Sharon. How are you? Hey, chat. James, money. Oh, ma'am. She trying to jump up on me like, what you doing? Who you talking to? She getting jealous. No jealous thing. She want to see what I'm doing. Have you had it before? Have you had Black Girl Magic wine before? It's so good. It is so, so good. Welcome to the live, everyone. Indeed. Hey, TC in the house. TC in the house. What's going on, my faves? What's happening? All right, everybody saying hello. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. I'm just playing. I'm not really saying. Dipper Rose. Angelina Foot Soldier. Have I ever considered doing voiceover work? You would be a shoe-in for a voiceover and animation voiceover. You know who would have been perfect for that? The angel over my shoulder. That one right there. She can do and imitate almost any animated character. Like, I'm dead ass. There you go. I'm dead ass. She would have been perfect. She would have been perfect. So me, voiceover work, no, but I have a voice, so they say, for radio. And I will say that being in the advertising industry and having booked voiceover talent, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And it's not a lot of money. And you know, the way my shoe game is, if y'all seen it on Instagram, my new shoes I just ordered, yeah, they'll be here next week. We'll do an unboxing. Mm-hmm. So the way my shoe game is situated, yeah, no, I can't do no voiceover work unless I'm in a hit show and I got residuals coming in. Now that's where the money is. If you can get on a show that will give you residuals even after the show is over, that's where the shmoney is. That's where the shmoney resides. All right. Yay, 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 yay. Oh, you don't drink alcohol? More for me. It's 1 o'clock. Get your sip on. Listen, that Metro North was horrible today. Horrible. Horrible. Late. It's just terrible. Terrible. Oh, snappish. How your ex? You hear her, right? You hear her, right? And she came in here, hair all flying up in my lip gloss. Excuse you, baby cakes. You are so welcome, Dimple Rose. All right. Angelina, it is time, baby. I'm going to throw on your favorite commercial. And I'll be right back. Hold, please. Hold, please. 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 Hold, please. All right, we are back, and I was just putting up some comments so we can keep this train rolling. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get it. Okay, it should be better now. It's almost at full strength. So hopefully it gets better. Yes, I'm almost at full strength. I'm at mid strength right now. Mid level. All right. It's getting there. Mind of an Angel. Thank you so much, my babes. Welcome back to the club, boo. Welcome back. Yes. I got them from guilt.com, GILT, guilt.com. If you're interested, I will send you a linky. Yeah, so they're regularly, you know how much lubies are. And I got them for like doggone near half price. I'm dead ass, almost half price. You ready? Oh, please. No. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Let's get serious here. Angelina, she loves that whole please. Here comes the piano. Look, you know the piano breakdown and everything. I love it. Okay, let's get serious here. So the topic of our discussion today is it okay to not be okay? I hear that saying going around a lot, and I hear a lot of people use it as kind of like the escalation point, once again, to whatever it is that they're saying, or as a antidote for people who are not feeling up to par, I will say, whether it be, a little bout of depression or just a little bit of despair, grief, as I showed myself on Sunday when talking about my daughter. I hear it a lot, people up to answer that question for me, because I don't know. I really Here we go with the nonsense. We're going to keep the train rolling, though, because that's what we do. Hey, okay. Here's So are you coming out? Sugar. Oh, please. I'm going to go downstairs. We're going to do this from the living room ensemble. So hang on a second. I'll be right back. We go again. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. And we're back. Lots of light in this room. So let me turn it this way so that it's not too glaring. Okay. I think we're good here. Let's see. Hey, Sir Michelle, let me know if you're coming up. I brought my phone with me in case you want to text me. But let me know if you're coming up. All right. Going back to the comments. Angelina says, it's okay to not be okay as long as you do not go through it all by yourself. It's also okay to elevate above the state of grief and despair when you're surrounded by love and support. Yes, I agree. But what about those times when you're not surrounded by love and support? Because for as many people who are, there are just as many, if not more, who are not. And so we want everyone to be okay. So want to talk about those who may not have support and what you can do in order to get the help that you need. All right, hang on. This one light streak is bothering me. Y'all know I'm a perfectionist, especially when it comes to lighting. If it's not right, I am not happy. All right, you're gonna put on some lipstick? Okay, put some lipstick on. Put some lipstick on. I forgot to bring down my my gloss myself. How about that? So I might have to go and get some more after I finish my glass of wine. Hey, what did we get to get? Oh, please, more than one night. We're so blessed. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, if you like that, Angelina, you're going to love what I have planned for you guys. For those of you who don't know, I have celebrated 5 years. I was about to say 6, but I'm like, no, 5 years. 5 years of doing Brown Girl Bella. I started this month with doing Brown Girl Bella. I did my very first episode. Whoo! That was an interesting episode. It was actually filmed by my daughter. She was my DP, my director of photography. And so she, set it up for me and did it. I had been bugging her for like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks to kind of do it for me and help me out. And she was like, oh, maybe she'll forget. And so she wouldn't, answer me or whatever when I asked her would she do it. And then finally she was like, okay, Mom, I'm going to do it. I'll do it, Mom. And she did. And I drove her crazy. I drove her crazy. I drove myself crazy. I thought it was horrible. I thought, oh my God, I'm never going to do this again. And then I kept going and, eventually I got a little better, a little taste. And, some of my blog series that I used to do, and I'm getting back to that a little bit slowly but surely. But I used to go to like Sephora and try out new products, new services that they had. So all that kind of stuff I used to do, and it was very well received. So trying to go back to doing that again. Hopefully you guys are seeing me. It says the signal is a little better, a little stronger. Yeah, get it. Oh, Elevate with Vern. She says, yes, it is okay to cry, yell. You need to validate your feelings. Just don't stay there till you stinky. And we need to tell you to take a shower. Oh my God. That part though, that's real. That's real. I have known people who have been in such a funk that they, don't even want to like get out of bed, let alone shower and do like normal things. And when Michelle comes up, she's going to actually expound on that a little bit more and talk about how, you for your own mental health, you need to, even if it's a forced situation where you're forcing yourself to go out, get up, and do something, it's important to do that. It's important to get fresh air. It's important to go outside. It's important to, as Vern said just a few minutes ago, yell, cry, scream, whatever it is, to get those feelings out, really get them out. Let's see who else is saying stuff. Lori says, I agree with Angelina. However, sometimes we have no choice but to go through without that support. Yeah, I know. But even if you don't have friends and family that you can count on for that support, there are other services that you have. So you're not alone. You're never alone, which is the main point that I'm trying to get out. You're not alone. You're not going through this alone. There's always somebody who can help you. Even if you don't know who that person is, there is someone out there who can help you. So let me just double check, make sure my Sora didn't send me a note. Oh, she's ready. All right. So let me drop down. Let me drop down the link. Angelina says, that's when I would empower to seek out support from therapy. Therapy saves lives. Mental health is health. Absolutely. 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 It is health. And there's no shame in it at all. No shame in it. Hey, Keisha, what's going on, boo? Welcome. Is the expansive. Blessings, everyone. Lori says, Angelina, I agree wholeheartedly with that too. Therapy can be tremendously helpful. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, there's my 10K day. What's going on, Edna's World? They just came back from a groupcation. They went on a carnival cruise to the Bahamas. Guys, y'all have to see these vlogs. Edna did vlogs. Some of her people who went on the groupcation went on vlogs. I was jelly. I was totally jelly because I was like, I should probably went on this cruise. I should probably went. Yeah, I should probably went. Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. 5 years. Yep, 5 años. I can't believe it either. Oh, is the wine expensive? I was like, what are you talking about expensive? Is the wine expensive? What you mean by expensive? It's not $100. It's about 20. About $20. It's good though. It's really good. Yes, everybody say hi to Edna's World. And Sugar's in the house. Sugar Love is in the house. Sugar, I dropped the link. Come up. We're talking about, is it okay to not be okay? I want to talk about the people that you be putting on your big screen and diving into, because some of those people need the benefit of some services. I'm just gonna put it out there like that. And my soror is up. I see her backstage looking gorgeous. Hello, everyone from Sugar Love. Welcome, everyone. I see you, Bella. Look, trying to do a little something, Everybody saying hi. I fully agree. Do not bleed out. Yes. Heal that wound. Absolutely. Brown girl Bella, I love your hair. Thank you. Work to live, not live to work. Thank you so much. As I was saying earlier, this is the I ain't really do nothing to my hair, so let me slick it up and get it ready to really get done tomorrow. Because if y'all think this is cute, wait till you see it all flowing, honey. And Sugar Love is up here, and she's backstage as well. Let me run through these rest of the comments. Jeffrey's Angel, what's going on, sis? What's up? Yes, if y'all want to come up, please let me know. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this out. Um, Angelina, great point. And when you do go through therapy, you must stick with it and do the work. It doesn't work by itself. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I want to talk about that too. Because I have some questions about that. Saying hi, saying hi. Yes, I see what you're saying. Leah stopping by to say hi. Hey, Leah. Hey, Boo. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, shout out to Natasha Denona for the eye makeup today. Not Mother Pat, another British babe. This is Natasha Denona. So, okay, so let me bring up my guest. Y'all ready? Coming to the stage is Michelle Horn Finley. And sugar, my sis. What's happening, ladies? First of all, welcome to the Queendom.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm hanging in there today. Today, I'm hanging in there. I'm excited to talk to you guys. I'm excited about this topic because there's been so much on the news, and so much has happened, both on the celebrity kind of side of the coin and also with our people. I don't know if you've been watching the news and seeing some of these news reports. I just saw something on someone's channel. It might have been yours, Sugar. It might have been somebody else's. I don't remember. But there was a person in a store and they were going back and forth and arguing. And the woman behind the counter had said something about the woman's mother. Well, the young lady went in. She went behind the counter, dragged this woman out by her hair, was beating on her, smacking her in the face, punching her. Like, I just couldn't. I was shocked. And when the woman finally got free, she went behind the counter, pulled out a gun, and shot the woman. Didn't kill her, but she shot her. I believe she shot her in the stomach. But I was like, oh my God, like what is going on? And that's not an isolated case at all. At all. But like one to provoke that kind of response, that visceral response where you go on and you attack somebody in a store and beating them like they're like, I am at a loss for words. I really am at a loss for words at how, and these are Black people, these are Black women that are beating on each other like this.
Did you see the new one when the guy, young boy, shot the bopped the guy in McDonald's because the French fries were cold?
I heard about that. I didn't see it, but I heard about that. I heard about that.
What did he do to the guy?
The French fries were served cold, so they got into a little scuffle, and then he bopped them. And
I don't know what bop is.
can you imagine going to jail for McDonald's French fries for the rest of your life because it was cold?
So what is bopped?
Well, you gotta be censored. You gotta be censored on here. So I didn't want to say the
So text
bang
me.
bang. I didn't want to say bang bang. That
Oh,
word.
Oh, like I did.
Good. Yeah. So I don't. You don't want to say the wrong words because you don't want YouTube to you know. So
Welcome in Points
you gotta make up a whole new language.
Okay.
Welcome in, Coco. Welcome in, Tay Weezy.
I think this
Oh, Vern says she saw that. Which one? The French fries or the two women beating each other?
the one you were talking about.
Okay. So she saw that. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I don't watch the news because when we see the news, we see only parts of it. I'd rather if it's something
Hello, Harish.
I'd rather just read about it with still just parts. Or if it happens in New York, I'm able to look at the case itself,
Mm-hmm.
the access I have. But
Mm-hmm.
so that is beyond being okay with not being okay when people behave like that. So we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about um, some kind of ongoing mental health issue that
Mm-hmm.
that's easily triggered when people behave that way. And a lot of times in the black and the brown community, we don't our mental health issues are displayed differently.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, and I actually wrote a paper about household depression. And these communities, depression can often be displayed as doing things that are risky behavior, like being involved in a gang, robbing someone, carrying a gun. So that's how, and we literally just had this discussion today at work. So those are ways that in certain communities that symptoms of depression are displayed. But when we talk about it's okay not to be okay, um, when we talk about the loss of Asher and you're not being okay, it's fine when when I call you and I ask you how are you doing today, and then you'll tell me how that day was, because I don't know what it is, but I know the day that I need to ask you how are you doing this day, 'cause I don't ask you that every day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when they say it's okay to be okay and sit in the unpleasant. Because when we sit in the unpleasant, we get an opportunity to feel the emotions and do the act of having our emotions, being sad, all those steps. And then, we the loss of a child, you never get back to who you are, but you get back to some resemblance of it. At some point in time, and it's not easy, it's not today, it's not tomorrow, it may not be 10 years, but one day you'll have some resemblance of the person you saw yourself as. But when we talk about it's okay to be okay, I mean, it's okay not to be okay, I think that's mostly geared to the black and brown woman who the strength of the family was based upon. And
Mm-hmm.
everyone thinks black women are stronger than everyone else because
Min Mogan family, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming.
they think the black woman and brown woman have often had to be stronger than most women in the history of the V words
Yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
our men were taken away from us.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But yeah,
And we were taught that from a young age, like, you got to be strong for the family. Women got to hold it down. We got to be, the backbone, um, and sometimes, we need to have a backbone. We need to have somebody who's strong for us. We need to have somebody who will lift us up and help us out. And I feel like, it's um it's a mark, a blemish on us when we don't have that luxury. We don't have the luxury of having somebody who could, be that strength, that balm that we need. Is considered, oh, why you need that? Like, you can handle this, you can suck it up, you can do this.
I have
And
to.
it's hmm,
Why do I have to handle that? Why must I suck it up? So
exactly.
like, my parents were very liberal,
Hmm.
but they say all you have to do is take care of yourself. A weight of a generation is not on your shoulder.
Hmm.
So when we often tell, and it's mostly our daughters, that you have to be strong, and then we purposely seek out men that fit into that role that we have to be strong.
Hmm.
Why do that to ourselves?
Right. You know, I remember someone had said something to the effect that, men, boys aren't allowed to cry. And I was like, why not? They have feelings too. They are allowed to cry if they need to cry. Like, I was never one to, like, tell my son, oh, he needs to suck it up because he's a man. Like, no, if you need to cry, let it out. Talk to me, tell me what's going on, why you're sad, why you feel this way, and let's come to a solution, a realization for you, where you can find your happiness again. You don't have to wallow in that. And so, sometimes physician doesn't take her own advice, and I hold it in a lot. And then when I let it out, I'm like, I let it out. Like,
I think
clear.
I think sometimes it's okay not to be okay, because sometimes we have to regroup,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes you have to see and feel everything that's going on inside of you,
Mm-hmm.
so you can regroup and place this here and place this there. Like, this anger belongs here, love needs to be there. I need to cut this person out. I need to do this. So sometimes you have to regroup and set things over. And you won't notice that if everything is always okay. You won't
Mm-hmm.
know all the blemishes and all the inside work you have to do. So sometimes you get put in that predicament, or things happen.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you time to sit with yourself sometime.
Mm-hmm.
You got to start rethinking life, and okay, maybe if I try this different, I've been doing this way for so long, maybe that's not working, or who I thought was my friend, maybe that's not my friend, but it's a lot of things that go on in our lives that sometimes you have to not be okay. It's okay not to be okay. And
And
sometimes you can share that with people, when you're ready. But the first thing I think you should do is internalize, and then you share it with people, then, get all the support that you may need if you can get it, because sometimes people is what they have their own mess.
but the whole thing with that is you will find out
Right.
who your circle is when you go through these different things. And that's really important, because when sometimes people don't move forward and do things differently because they're afraid of what people say. So
Uh-huh.
one thing, and especially us women, we need to stop thinking of things through what a man's gaze is, or what the patriarchy say that we should do things a certain way. So with women, we really, and Bella always talk about, we got to stop judging each other. And okay, one thing, I have no shame and I don't have embarrassment, because whatever I do and whatever I did makes me the woman I am, and it prepares me for the woman I'm going to be in the future. So
Talk that talk. Talk that talk, big mama. Let's go.
we've had our conversations. You don't see me saying nothing with a blink of an eye, right? It made me the person I am today.
Baby.
And then it's because of what men say we should be and what men denote what purity is. We as women co-sign with them, and we should not. Because I tell my husband every day, and I have an amazing husband. I said, we don't care what men think anymore.
I never did. I
But I mean, not us,
never.
not me and you per
Well,
se,
we
but us
like
as
to
women.
nod and agree and smile and like,
As women, I'm like, what are you inputting for? You can't opine on any women's issue.
No, but again, that's the point of it's okay not being okay, because being that I don't, that made me have to learn.
mm-hmm.
Maybe you should care a little bit. Sometimes the outside is not the mess, the inside is the mess. And when you see you keep doing the same patterns and you get the same result, sometimes it's you.
Yes.
Sometimes
Isn't that the definition of insanity, Michelle? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting
And
different
okay,
results?
I still
no variation and thinking it's going to change.
this new group of stuff that's going on. I totally agree with this young lady right here. No, but I'm talking about the group when it wasn't all this manosphere and all this other stuff that was trying to dictate our lives and how we should be. This new stuff. I'm not going to care. But the old when it was more sincere, I really had to like, you gotta be a little bit more nice. Why you gotta be so big? Even to today, I don't know. I just they be scared of me. I'm like, I didn't say nothing. I'm like, you can talk to me. It's okay.
Listen. Let me tell you why I continually go to your channel, and why everybody in here, if you haven't seen Sugar Love's channel, go over there, watch it, because you shine a light on these people. And I have to say, I was one of those that was like, is this like a soap opera? Because this cannot be real. Like, I feel like, and I used to tell you, like, I'm getting my daily soap addiction
Yeah.
watching your stuff, because I'm like, this cannot be life. This cannot be real life. Like, people cannot really act the way they were acting. And then I started looking, and then I fell into the rabbit hole myself of like, okay, once I started figuring out, okay, these people really and truly believe and think the way they're thinking and believing, there is a serious mental issue that's going on in our country. And
Yes.
I really feel like, I don't know if it was the drug game and maybe, the residuals of like the crack era or something, but it's more than crack. It's more than meth. It's like a mixture of all of that, heroin, everything, and it's sort of like coming to a head. And it is,
Jail system.
yeah, and it
Because
is,
they learned a lot of them learned the game in jail.
yes.
Then now when it comes, remember they had plenty of time on their hands, so they learned a lot. They learned a lot of tricks. They read a lot of books, and then they come out and do the hustle. My job is trying to save these women from all these wannabe conscious people. These, oh, I'm God, or we're building polygamy. I'm like, so that's what I try to expose. All these things that people get trapped in the certain words that they use to draw.
Hello, Evan. Welcome in.
But you would really think it's fake. And you would really think that cults and stuff is not existing. And then once you think you got rid of one, here come the copycats.
Right.
But
And
things
I
exist, baby.
Sugar Love, I guess these women don't realize if you spend a certain amount, at least 2 years in prison, that even if you didn't go in with the mental health problem, you come out with one. So they're still attracted to these men.
So I just saw something on the news today where there was a woman in Houston, Texas, that killed her sister, shot her several times, and then drove her out to an abandoned factory and set her on fire and left her there. I'm sorry? No, 2 women, her sister.
Oh,
What was the reasoning?
She said because her sister had called the police on her because she was, I think, smoking meth.
So it could be one of her hazes when she was under the influence.
And the woman who shot her sister had a 13-year-old son. She forced him to help her drag the body out to the field to burn her.
Okay, he's gonna be institutionalized off and on for the rest of his life.
Absolutely. So they just had a hearing for her, and they put her up on bond. I think it was like $750,000. So she's out on bond, which I don't know why the judge would even give her bond, but hey, that's Texas for you. Sometimes they do that. And she looks like she shows no remorse. She acts like she still might be under some type of influence. And I'm just, I'm so like, first of all, this is your sister. This is your blood sister. This is not.
She have a private attorney?
I have no idea.
That private
I,
attorney.
probably. I don't know if she can get out on $750,000 bond. I'm sure she
So
probably.
I think the bond is 20%.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe more. I mean, it's Texas, so who knows? Welcome to the stage, the Honorable Angelina Nordstrom.
Angelina.
Yes, I'm afraid they did look like us, sis. Yeah, I'm afraid that they do.
Look at society in Texas again, where the kids playing football, and then they get into a little stuff, and bops the man bops the coach, and right in front of all the little kids. I mean, these people have a lot of anger issues that are not being a lot of deep movement that's not being helped, or maybe they don't understand that they need help. But
Mm-hmm.
it's who does that? Like, who goes to a kid's football game? I had not heard of that one.
Well, the person who does that is a person who has no power anywhere, and usually has some does have trauma, and this was the last time that someone does something to him or her.
But
When you biopsychosocial people who commit these kind of crimes, it's always documented trauma since the age of whatever. And when we say they had documented trauma since the age of 6, that's only documented. That's when it was caught. It didn't begin at that, or even 12 or 3. And if people have certain amount of trauma for the age of 2 years old, they often suffer from developmental issues and behavior issues, and take a lot of therapy to have them able to even be able to function what we consider as normal.
Wait, so Texas actually has the most Black people in the nation?
I don't know. I was just saying Texas because of their very loose gun laws.
Loose is an understatement.
I was being facetious. I'm just saying, like, my dog can probably get a gun. Like, that's how loose it is. It is frightening how often you don't hear of things happening in Texas. But I will tell you, the most gun violence right now, Chicago and Texas.
Chicago?
Chicago.
Are you
Shotdown.
sure about that, Bella? I need to check that because I could have sworn it was Texas. It was Texas again, and then it was Texas again, and then it was North Carolina,
Are we saying
Louisiana,
level?
St. Louis, and Memphis, and maybe Milwaukee, but not Chicago, especially with the per capita.
Listen, Chicago at one time was like the shoot 'em up, bang, bang. Like every 5 minutes, I was hearing my friends talk about there was a shooting in Chicago.
Yeah, all that Chicago used to be heavily with the mafia too. That was another thing with Chicago.
So wait, Sharon, you mean Texas has more Black people than New York?
I have to
I'm curious about this one. I thought New York may have the most Black, because
you can look it up. 2.9 million Black folks.
Because when I think of Black people, I think of Black Americans, Caribbean, Africans, Black British, Black, people who were born and raised in Europe.
Flying into Philadelphia.
But I guess that really goes to show.
Nice, welcome in.
I guess it just really goes to show how toxic behavior and very harmful behavior has been normalized to the point where people are now extremely desensitized when it happens to someone else, or even when they are the ones to be held accountable for their actions. They're so desensitized by the fact that this is not it's acceptable. I don't even know what normal is anymore. And I know for a fact for me, I can't even say that anything is normal in the world that we live in. But what I do know is it's out of order.
It
And I
is
wish that
totally out of
someone can
order.
come up to people and stand in their face and shake them and say, this is not normal. Shooting someone for some cold fries is not normal. Murdering your sister and taking her to a warehouse is not acceptable. It's out of order. It
And
is.
who beats the brakes off of somebody for saying they mother da 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 da? We used to say that back in the day like nothing. Oh, you're
This
ugly,
is
your
a
mama.
different generation,
That
Bella.
was nothing.
These people here are extra. This gonna hurt some people's feelings. Many people in the chat, but people have become extremely touched by the simplest of words, and even to the point where they have absolutely no control of their constitution. They lack control, they lack maturity, they lack a sense of discernment, and they definitely
Ooh,
lack a sense of intellect strategy to be able to handle difficult situations, that instead their recourse is to react as if you are not a civilized being. And that instead of
when
being
did
a
it
civilized
become
being,
right? Mhm.
they believe that being absolutely, practically animalistic is the solution, when in reality, it's not a solution. It leads to a consequence that people nowadays, sometimes people do think about the consequence, but they don't understand how severe the consequence is until they're within it, until they're en route, until they're already standing in front of a judge and saying, no contest, or oh no, I'm not guilty. I didn't do this. This is not what happened. And it's just, I have so much to say. Oh,
So I facilitate a group session called Tools for New Thinking, and this helps.
I'm sorry. Say that again a little bit louder. I can't hear you, sweetie.
Okay, I facilitate a group session called Tools for New Thinking, and it's based upon a cognitive model, and it explores taking a few seconds to think out what you're going to do. And mostly, and everyone has been just as involved that I'm facilitating with. And then I actually, it gets to the point like, so if you had taken a few seconds to think it through, not, to ruminate, but just to think it through, what do you think the outcome would have been? And then also you look at core values and what we know about people. Like when you see I'm a female, I'm of color, but you don't know certain things about me. So you may be reacting to something that I don't understand about you, or because I have different values, or you don't know what happened before I left my house. So when I walk by and I'm rolling my eyes, it may not be at you. It may be thinking about a situation that occurred, but because you have your own issues, you don't even think like, oh, why she's looking at me like that? And then you go off. Like, this is Sophie. And then you go off. So that's another thing. Like, take the few seconds. Like, wait a minute, this has nothing to do with me, and then step back. And you know, so that's like the crux of it. But
Right.
yeah, people got to take the few seconds and think like, wait a minute. But let me, again, not to take, because it was a real dangerous situation. Your body prepares you for fight or flight. You don't have the option to take a few seconds. But if it's some BS, like an eye rolling, you're like, wait a minute, is she even looking at me? And then you don't react, or like, these fries are cold. How are they supposed to know? They just got it. It was handed to them. They have nothing to do with these fries being cold.
Like, all you have to say is the fries are cold. I'd like for you to make me some new ones.
But something much
That's
more
it.
than that with that person.
But I feel like we're
that person.
As I
That's what I
hear,
would-
the boy got kind of nasty, and then just with the mother, and then the mother went to go get the son. But the problem is, what I see is people being that people don't never feel like they were really cared about or loved, now they reflect that with everything. It's the same way they did that. Did y'all see that spoof? Or I forgot what you call it, but I thought that was horrible. Did y'all see that on Instagram when it was like they was going to their kids and they wanted to see if their kids would fight for them? So they
Oh yes,
that.
I
I hate that.
I didn't see it, but
That's exactly what I'm. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And there's one thing I forgot to mention. Now that you mention it, and that is a great majority of the behaviors that people learn, especially during adolescence and during their more formative years. Many of it comes from their parents. It comes from their grandparents. It comes from their very close. It comes from home. It comes from either home
my
or
grandmother
comes
used
from
to say,
the
no home
environment, such as neighbors or friends. So, and that's during their adolescent and formative years. And so that is why it is. You all gonna hate me for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. This is why I have always said that I wish that there was a universal law that would mandate that each and every single human being be tested for psychological agility prior to procreating or having children.
I agree.
And I say this because the people who have children, left and right, are doing so because they can and they want to. Or that sometimes they don't want to, they just do it out of being negligent. And then there's some who want to really badly, and they're ready, they're mentally ready. They might even be spiritually and psychologically ready, but then they're some of the main ones who go through infertility issues. They're not able to have children on their own. They will have to resort to IVF or adoption or surrogacy, and they have the most difficult time. And I cannot understand. That's why I would love for there to be like a universal law all across this globe that mandates testing for each and every single human being prior to them being allowed to procreate.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
maybe there would be more civilized
Absolutely.
in this
Sharon, if you
world.
want to come up, because you dropping some gems in here. Some folks don't need to procreate. I know, honey. I know.
You mean many, Bella? Many, at
Many.
least 70% do not need to ever have.
That's a slippery slope.
Let the other 25 do what they want to do. They could.
That's a slippery
A lot
slope.
of people think that the baby is going to fix the problem. A lot of them think that, they have that dream, and depending on how your lifestyle was, they don't understand that 16-year-old boy you're messing with is not buying you no white picket fence house, but it ain't he's like, he's coming to he's coming to say.
Where are you, foot soldier? Let me know where you're at. You're in Savannah? I'm trying to go to Savannah after Labor Day.
It's a lot of them think.
Be careful, Bella. It's humid there.
A lot of them think for whatever is going on in their household that man dead, but they don't that he's a boy, right? But in the little young girl's mind is they a man, and I'm like, they a boy.
That part, Sharon. Tell it, sis.
And I wanna add to what Sharon is saying about
21 plus years. Hey, pretty chocolate girl.
I want to add to what Sharon just said.
Yes.
And I want to say that in addition to a baby not fixing behaviors, a baby will teach you how awful your behaviors are. And they will demonstrate it towards you first. Why? Because you are the person who they look to. They do what they see you do. They're not going to do what you tell them to do.
They emulate and imitate behavior.
Exactly. They will emulate what they see as law. And if they see it more than once, they're definitely going to. For example, and I'm guilty of this personally, if you have a potty mouth and you swear a lot and use a lot of bad language, I'm guilty of it too. And
my first word was shit.
Why shit, Bella?
Because I heard it from my mama. If something happened, she stuck her toe, shit, goddamn. So that was my goddamn. That's my first
Bella,
word.
you just proved my point right there. Your first word was shit because your mother was saying it around you as a baby. That's my point.
Don't blame me, blame Shirley.
We knew when to use it.
I certainly did know when to use it.
That's
one thing my family will always say about me. I know how to use my vocabulary words.
Exactly. Honey. So we knew how. We did a lot of things too, but we knew, like back in the days, if you cut school, don't give yourself away. But if you did cut school, depending on your age bracket, you was at a friend's house. You did not come back out to 3:00. Then you act like you came home. But these days, they just stay right outside. Like if somebody did smoke, no grown person ever saw you smoke. If you drank, like a lot of things we but these days they just don't care. It's like right in your face.
That's because of two things that I'm noticing. From my observation, it is one, children having children. That's one. No shade to those who were under the age of 30 having children. And then number two, it's people who are having children who have not matured and who were not ready to have children, but they chose to do so anyway because they thought their ass was grown. And I'm trying not to cuss too much up in here, but it's probably gonna slip out anyway, Bella. So no shade.
Oh, YouTube, they didn't mean that. But go ahead.
I didn't mean that, YouTube.
Always said it. But you forgot the third component. The third component is grandmas are not grandmas no more.
Yes.
Grandmas don't look like grandmas. They look like your sister. They look just
grandma. You see more girls pushing their strollers now. Young girls pushing their strollers.
Hey, I'm a grandma too.
I know.
See, grandmas nowadays look like Bella, every bit of 24 and 25 years old. You can't tell the grandma from the granddaughter.
Exactly.
You can't tell because they look amazing. You know,
get into it. Get into it.
Grandmothers beating the door. Before, the kids used to beat the mother out the house, and the mother was stuck with the kid. Now the mother beating them out the house. And now the wisdom and all the traditions are not being passed down.
It's skipping.
It's skipping because we look at all these grandmothers. They look good, but they out there partying. They still trying to find them their own man. They trying to I still look good. I can still talk like us. I can do this. What? There's no more kitchen. There's no more sitting at the kitchen. Watching grandma cook. Listening to grandma's story.
Oh no, my grandson will learn English and Spanish. My grandson will learn
priority with Spanish, please.
My grandson will learn the finer things in life because that's how I was taught. I came from that generation. Like my mother was a teenage mother. She was ill-equipped to handle me. And then when I came out, she was really ill-equipped to handle me because my mouth is lethal.
Really? Can we talk after this live? Because I need to hear a couple of examples of this.
Honey, did I not share that on a Sunday live?
Well, I want to hear it again.
But I will give you some more examples. So I was and still am very inquisitive. So if something doesn't read right to me, I am going to continually drill down until I get the answer that satisfies me. So the example that I used on Sunday was my godmother was pregnant with my godbrother. And I asked my godmother, how did baby get in there? Get in your stomach. And this chick who instantly regretted ever engaging with me at my 2-3-year-old self was like, oh, so a stork landed and it blessed your godmother with a baby and that's how she had the baby. And I was like,
yeah, I remember that story. I love that so much.
What you talking about, lady? Ain't no stork in Brooklyn.
Ain't no stork in Brooklyn.
Ain't no stork in Brooklyn. What the stork look like? I've never seen a stork. What the stork look like? Show me a stork.
I
Can
don't
you
know.
show me a stork? I want to see the stork. Mommy, where's the
Not to
stork?
mention, it would not explain why the
And then how did that stork get a baby into my godmother?
exactly
Explain
that.
that part. Explain that part.
Yeah, that's what makes you scared of birds.
About stock, I don't know what you're talking about. But
Yeah, that lady was like, if this little girl don't get the hell away from me.
Another thing is lost too, which kids do not see in the household, is a healthy way of communication.
Mm-hmm.
Depending, even if your father's in the house or the father left the house,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know how to communicate because they never seen it. Like they never seen like their mother and their father talk things through.
Mm-hmm.
Like you always said, I'm right, you wrong, you don't do this, you don't do that. So they don't see how you compromise. So they haven't been taught them little things because the people who they look at, not teaching them at that point, but who they're observing and look, they don't see it. So a lot of things, or if the parent is not together, well, your mother this, or your father that. So how can they communicate or
Right.
compromise when they get older? If
Mm-hmm.
from when they was young is always who wins the argument.
Well, another thing about the communication too, like and I don't understand why people do that. I'm in this room, you're always in that room. Why can't I walk over to you instead of spelling your name across the house? I never, I think that is like the most rude, there's such a harsh way of getting someone's attention. And it disrupts peace.
Mm.
And when we talk about communication, what kind of peace do we have in our house? What's the feeling when we walk in? Do we feel, or is it always
Is it World War III when you walk in, or is there a bomb? Like, is your home a safe haven? Do you have some place that you can go that you can get your cup refilled when it's empty? Do you have people in your life that pour into you when you're feeling like you're
right?
empty? And that goes to being okay, to having somebody, if it's not in your house, someone outside your home who can help you replenish and rejuvenate your inner spirit, so that when you do feel those moments of lull, of loneliness, of despair, of grief, there's somebody that can pour into you. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, because I do want to talk about two famous people, one that just left this world, who I spoke about on Sunday, and that was Anne Heche. Anne Heche suffered from mental illness almost her entire life. She wrote in a memoir that her father had molested her. She dealt with substance abuse and alcoholism, and ultimately, her life ended because of alcohol abuse and what some suspect was also drug related as well. A week ago, she crashed.
We don't call it abuse. We call it alcohol use disorder or substance use disorder.
So a disorder, I stand corrected. My mental health advocate and social worker. So she had that disorder, and I will tell you that at her demise, okay, I got it. I will. Got you. I got you in there.
I want to say one thing about Anne Heche before I leave. So
Yes, please.
she had been acting for a very, very, very long time. She has worked on one of the soap operas where she actually played twins.
Another World, one of my favorites.
one of my favorites too.
I loved Harley and Vicky, I think were their
Right.
twins.
So she was very young. She's always
Marley and Vicky.
limelight, and then even she was in a relationship with Ellen DeGeneres, and then she came out and said, "Well, you know what? I am not gay," and put it, and that like really broke Ellen DeGeneres. But she did end up with Portia, whatever her name is. So right.
Yes, Degrassi, who I also love. She's also an amazing actress.
But she's like her behavior, but we don't know then, right? We don't see these things. But she's been acting well over 30 years. And that's a lot of pressure. And remember, soap operas every single day.
Yes.
And they break for the summer.
Yeah, and the schedule is brutal. And also I have to say for actors, because they have to take on different personas and they have to delve really deeply into their character and method act, which she was a phenomenal method actress. You don't get those kind of accolades that I listed off on Sunday and awards and what have you for being a mediocre actress. She was at the top of her game acting wise. She was a great actress, but she delved so far into her character. And when you do that, you lose a little bit of your own self in that way, because you're so focused on your craft and mastering your craft and mastering the art that you lose a little bit of your self, your human persona, your alter, your regular personality with delving so far into a character.
And people often, again, aren't willing, just like with R. Kelly, to call you on it or bring it to your attention, because again, you really don't know who your friends are, because those people are on your payroll. And that makes it difficult. You know, like if I say this to her, am I going to lose my job? Or, you know, whatever, she'll be okay. She's been doing this for years, which is like all not good statements.
How do you speed down a pedestrian, not a pedestrian, but a residential area at the speed that she was going to hit a building,
go through it,
and burst into flames? The car was so engulfed in flames that they could not get her out for 60 minutes. That's an hour. Over 60 minutes, over an hour. It took them
that she died upon impact, or was brain damaged upon impact, so that she didn't suffer.
Right, and that was the speed of and the velocity of which she was traveling. That she hit that building, her car went up in flames, the building went up in flames, and people could not get her out.
That would not make me want to ever drive again after that, or be in anyone's car, because there's always someone who's being given a driver's license who's not entitled to it.
Well, remember, she was under the influence.
Yes.
Right, someone who wasn't entitled to a license.
But we can't say that at the time she was given it, was she entitled to it? Maybe she didn't have this problem. But the whole thing is if she had run-ins and the justice system didn't do what they were supposed to do. We don't know that part, because we never hear anything bad about her. The only thing we heard was or negative, I shouldn't say the word bad, the negative is when her and Ellen broke up. I've never heard anything, maybe a little bit, but not a lot. And that's like what's so surprising, because people keep these things secret. You know, your PR people can be your best or your worst.
Oh yeah.
Well, for me, at any point
before
when
you
someone,
leave, Michelle, I'm sorry, Angelina. What was your point you were making?
I was gonna say, for me, regardless, at any point when someone believes that it's okay to have alcohol and then get behind the wheel, at that point, that's when the judgment division goes out the window. But then their judgment has gone out the window first, one of the first things. And that's, for me, especially why I feel the way that I feel about that, because you can put so many lives in danger. And for someone to make that kind of decision, that there are reasons behind it, of course, but there's so many lives you're putting on the line,
Absolutely.
and that is out of order.
Right. But understand too that they're under the influence. So at that point they don't have any sound reasoning.
Your mind
Um
goes,
and
not
I will
like,
tell you
okay,
there are a lot of like functioning alcoholics out there. Before you leave, Michelle, I do want to touch upon Wendy Williams.
what happened?
Because she's in the I know she's in the news again. And I just feel bad because again, you know, good, bad, or indifferent. I grew up, you know, I'm in the New York City area. I grew up on Wendy Williams. I watched her. I watched her show when she was on the television. I listened to her when she was on the radio. Um, I won't say that I'm a fan, but I will say that I followed her career because at the end of the day, she was a boss businesswoman in terms of understanding her brand and what the people wanted. And she gave them what they wanted. They wanted sensationalism. They wanted somebody who could entertain and give them the real. Like a lot of these other you know, gossip radio jocks or whatever, they want to sugarcoat it because at the end of the day they want to be liked by these celebrities. They want the celebrities to, like, you know, feed them information. So, you know, you got to kind of play nice. She didn't play nice at all. She gave it to him rough, rugged, and raw. And she was not apologetic about it.
Right.
And at the end of the day, that's what I liked about her, because I want somebody who says, you know what? If they blackball me for this, if they suspend me for this, whatever, I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for y'all. I'm doing it for my listeners, because y'all trust me and y'all put that trust in me, and I'm gonna make sure that I deliver on that. And I feel like at the end of the day, although the business persona was there and she was a boss and she did it the way she wanted to do it, I get it. On the flip side of that, this woman wanted love. She wanted acceptance. She wanted someone to really care for her and nurture and be that backbone that I was talking about earlier. And she is a Cancer. And I know Cancer women very, very well. My mother's a Cancer. My daughter was a Cancer. I know Cancer women very, very well. At the end of the day, they are truly those crabs. They have a soft inner shell and they have those claws to protect that shell. So if you mess with them, break their heart, if you break that shell, they're going to claw at you. They're going to get you. But at the end of the day, they're soft-hearted and they're tender and they're emotional and they're needy and they want that love and acceptance. And I feel like the beginning of the end for her was when she did link up with her ex-husband and he took on the persona of being her manager. I don't feel that that was a good look for her, but I understand the Cancer need to have, this is my man want to do this for me. I'm going to, you know, go out there and he's going to do it. I'm going to give him the reins to do it.
It also tells you the women surrender so much power to a man.
Baby.
My sister's a Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And we always, like, you know, you can't surrender your power.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, whatever that power is for you as a female.
I will counter that you can't surrender all of your power. You can give a little up. You give a little up. I give a little up. I don't surrender it all.
They go all in.
Yeah, they go all in. They go on. I am not. I'm very cautious. I'm slow to love, but I'm quick to be loyal. If I feel like you are loyal to me and I feel like you're giving me that loyalty, I will be loyal to you. But the minute I feel like you're not giving it to me, or I feel like, remember, again, I am very analytical. I'm very critical. I'm very Watchful.
Very Virgo.
So
That's
I
why I
am.
would love to have a debate with you, Bella.
very,
Because I'm very analytical too. And I'm not a Virgo.
But you know what? I think what happened too with Wendy. First, it was the husband, and then her mother passed away.
Yes. Yes.
And she has not been the same since her mother passed. It's like once her mother left, first she had that faint when she had.
Yes.
Oh, what was that?
oh
That
yeah, that's like two.
That liberty, sexual liberty suit on.
Yep.
that faint. So, and I think after her mother passed away, I just think that a lot of things was taking a toll on her. Maybe she started because when she first got that first started. Remember, she went in rehab. She started drinking and stuff again. Then she
Mm-hmm.
went back to the show, and then it probably didn't mix with her medication and her Graves' disease and her foot.
Mm-hmm.
What is she doing now? What's happening with her?
So what's happening now is her show has been canceled. Wendy's show is canceled. It's gone. Now Sherry Shepherd has taken over her time slot, taken over her show. It's now the Sherry Shepherd show or Sherry show. It's premiering in next month.
Yeah, September 12th.
She had hosted that show a few times.
Yeah, she co-hosted amongst other people, and I feel like this is what I feel happened. I feel like now it's coming out all the while that she was talking about being in the sober house and doing all this and doing all that. All that while she was drinking heavily. There's news reports now that she had bottles of alcohol in the ceiling, hidden in her office. Like it's just. Oh, I see, Sissy. I'm gonna drop it down now.
Can I say something?
Jinx all this.
Then you got to remember, we do feel sorry for Wendy, but even though she tells her own story, but once she kicked the habit, it's like I understand Wendy want to be Wendy, but you can't do a lot of things that she has said and done. That does come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're did you see her with the shorts that
Yes, she's
And
lost a lot of weight.
like
Now I gotta look up Wendy Williams. Everybody gotta say something.
Look it up, Soror. I'm telling you, like I really want your expert opinion on this because I feel like there's more to it than what even the media is saying now. Like I knew when she was saying that she was at the sober house and she was doing all this, I was like, yeah, but you still have not addressed the drinking, because even when she was on her show and even when she was doing like cooking segments where they had like alcohol involved, like just to see her like light up when like the alcohol was introduced. Like I was like, oh wow, what's going on here?
I gotta
Her face, it like lit up. Like it was like a change went over her.
and then
I gotta say something though.
cut the whole family off.
That part too.
No,
Alienation of like everyone who cares.
In the sun, but she claims
Hang on, Angelina, right after Sugar.
No, but
Go ahead.
go ahead. And she could go. I was just feeding off what you were saying. Like she's like everybody who she has talked about when they was down and out, she
Yep.
has now became.
Yep. She is now the hot topic.
Yeah. But I think the mother was the last straw.
Yes, I feel the same way.
Because she used to always have her mother there. Was my mother this, mother that, mother
Mm-hmm.
that. And then with that new baby and
What baby?
the one
Oh, her husband had the side baby.
and that's why she divorced him. And then And then they used to go on trips and stuff together. So he knew he's messed with that girl, but she said,
Absolutely.
but Wendy said it's okay, long as there don't be no more babies.
Long as you don't have no baby and don't embarrass me in these streets. I totally believe that she did say that. I totally believe that because that's so a typical Cancerian response. Like you can do anything you want behind the scenes, but up close and personal, don't embarrass me. Don't make me look bad out here. But do what you want. Angelina, you wanted to say something. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to say something.
I was just sipping, but I wanted to say that in addition to her mom passing and Kelvin, I'm gonna call him Kelvin
because that's his name.
Kelvin, baby, on Wendy Williams. There's one other thing that's happening that most people don't really know, and no one's touched on except for maybe one blogger on YouTube. It's more so pertaining to her health, but it may have played a role in all those other things going on, like the lymphedema and the Graves.
That's what I was saying.
And that is, she refuses to get her breast implants changed out.
Oh yeah,
you're supposed to get them changed out every 10 years. Now she got them way back in the day, you know, before she started teetering and tottering from the double doors to the purple chair. But she refuses.
Welcome to the stage, Sharon, to the Queendom. Hi, how are you?
Hey,
no. Keep going, Angelina. Don't stop. The breast. Let's talk about it.
She said in an interview that she will not get her breast implants changed ever. And she's had them for almost, if not 30 years already. And she still refuses to get them changed. You need to get those changed. That's how you get those complications, because there are many people who've gotten breast implants and then they had to either have a reduction or they had to get them changed sooner than the 10 years. But that's what plays a role in what goes on in your body, whether you are more susceptible to cancers and diseases and things of that sort. And when she said that, I said, "Oh my God, that probably has something to do with Graves' disease and the lymphedema, because she did not have physical signs of lymphedema before."
Where's her lymphedema?
The lymphedema is her legs being swollen and her ankles being swollen, and she used to wear the heels back in the day, but then in later seasons she wore those gym shoes to the show. And you don't see her in heels anymore. And she, you know, and meanwhile she was losing weight, which is fine. But then the ankles and the feet swole up, and she has to use this machine for like an hour or two a day.
Yeah.
And so I believe the breast implants has something to do with it. And that's because when you don't get them changed, you're going to experience some complications with your health. And if you do that, then that's on you. Now, as far as the whole thing about her discussing everybody else, you know, unfortunately, that's how she's always been. I never really followed her earlier on until the show came out. And my aunt made me watch the damn show with her, and I didn't like her. But what I will say is that, and this will hurt some people's feelings when I say it, but this is her karma. Some of it, not all of it, because the whole thing with the money, that's not the money, but the whole thing with her being a hot topic, and that's her karma, because you got to remember she did so many fucked up things, such as she outed Method Man's wife about having cancer before he could even find out. She got into it with Whitney Houston over the radio. She got into it with Judge Mathis over the radio.
But there's, you know, that there's two sides to that too, because Method was cheating with Wendy.
But that's between them, though. That's not her place. That's not her place.
She don't know.
But again, how she know about it though, sis?
Because she's a nosy bitch.
No, because he was pillow talking after dark.
Well,
She is nosy. That's why she is nosy. She is nosy as hell. Now I'm nosy too, but she's nosy to the point where she'll spill it to everybody in the street.
He had to be nosy.
Like
He
that.
was pillow talking after dark.
Who she
He was pillow talking after dark.
information?
He was giving it up smooth, the information after the session.
don't tell him that, Mac.
Wow. And then some of the shit she said on the show
what we do
pertaining
what
to like,
do. He pillow talking after dark.
that's still not her place, though.
He
It
knows
is still not her
who
place.
she is and
She
what
may
she
feel like
does.
she had a
Well,
job
I'm
to
not
do.
excusing it. I'm just saying that's what it is. But if you
course
know a
it
snake,
is.
if you know a snake is a snake, right? And you know a snake bites, are you going to test the snake? No.
He wasn't testing her.
You.
He probably
I'm
was
going,
trying
lady.
to
Good night. Good night.
I love you. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for coming to the Queendom.
He
All right,
wasn't trying to snake.
go.
She was just being nosy, and then she passed the information on the show, like on the radio show, like she always used to do. She was really nosy. I'm surprised. Well, other than the time when Total came to the radio station,
Oh, they was
other
gonna
that
beat
one
her ass.
time, I'm surprised no one tried to come for Wendy back in the day.
I remember that when she actually like put that into like her whole memoir thing. I was like,
And the movie,
that's
she put
pretty-
it in the movie too.
that's pretty ballsy. That's pretty ballsy because I remember they was like, I'm coming to because remember I used to work for Puff. So I used to do like, different things for Puff. And I remember when that whole thing went down and it was like, oh, she called us ugly. She called us this, that, and that.
That's why I've always
And they
wanted
was
to
like,
live in New York back then, because all the fun stuff be happening there. All the fun stuff back then was happening in New York. You had Wendy Williams, you
well,
had
that
Ricky
was back in
Lake,
the
and
day.
then you had all TRL and 106 and Park and all those other great things going on back
That's
then.
honey. I've lived, darling. I've lived.
Were you living in New York back then,
I
Bella?
honey, I was in Harlem. I was near 106 and Park.
I wanted to go. I was living in New York and I didn't know nobody back then.
Facts. What'd you say? I did not know there was pillow talk involved between Wendy and Method Man. I can believe he was out of a man's mouth. Out of a man's mouth.
Why would he pillow talk Wendy Williams though? Because
That wasn't the
she looked, in my opinion, she looked better back then during her radio days than she does now. But why would he pillow talk her of all people?
No, but the beef with
Because
them,
when you hitting it and it's good, sometimes you run that mouth. What
But
that
the
mouth do? What that mouth do? Talk.
First of all,
The
most
mouth
men
do is
women
talk
can
shit
talk
and break
anyway.
your heart.
Wait. Where Angelina? Sharon, go.
I said that's when most men talk anyway, honey. Right after you had some good sex, okay?
No,
All of a sudden, my husband has like the best ideas, at that time. The best ideas come at that time.
but
Like-
that's not where his hatred came from. His hatred came from when she revealed to everybody that his wife had cancer.
That's what I was saying. That was where things went totally
That had nothing
out of order for that. Now, if she wanted to say anything else about him, then that's whatever. But the part about cancer and his wife, that was not her place.
It
There's
was not
no
his
way
place to
justify
say
that.
it either. How about that part?
Say that again?
It was not his place to say it about his wife.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. It was her who said it. She said it over the
No.
radio.
No, but he
got
had
the
to say it to
information
her.
from him,
He didn't even know
though.
at the
He got
time.
the information from him, though.
No, he-
No, it wasn't from him because he did not know.
I don't
Yes,
know
it was
that
from him.
cancer.
I don't know. I don't know if that was pillow talking. I would have to double check that.
Come on, go double check, Chef. I'm telling you, it was from him. She did not know from the street. She knew from him, and it was from Pillow Talk.
Is Pillow Talk a TV show, or is this really like?
Nah, it's from
Pillow Talk.
Listen, if you tap it right, everything come out.
I guess I'm not doing it right because ain't nobody tapping anything over it anyway. So
all the beans begin to be spilled at that time. I'm telling you, my husband has the best ideas at that time. It's great. It's wonderful.
I have yet to meet a male who has good ideas. I'm sorry.
I think it's the release, Sharon. What you think? I think it's the release. Like, it just gets them to be like, baby, let me just tell you. This is what I've been thinking. This is what I've been pondering.
You'd be like, we're gonna be doing this, and not all the plans are happening.
Most of the men that I've met don't tend to have very good ideas. They may have good ideas for themselves, but they don't have good ideas when it comes to me or hanging out with me.
Oh.
So they may have some good ideas for themselves.
Let me give you some tutorials. Like, wait, bump the makeup. Let me give you some tutorials.
Honey.
And Sharon, you are looking stunning.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I have to say that you look stunning. I'm loving this mug.
Thank you. I was matching my like my highlighter green, like my neon green, like stuff because I have like this color, like
leggings. Oh, Reptar!
Oh, you the Nickelodeon Rugrats.
So I was doing orange and green in the corners. So.
Nice.
I see the green like underneath, but yeah,
nice. Terry said, "I could believe you was Pillow Talking about." Let me tell you something. Pillow talking is a hell of a drug. It's a hell of a drug.
I guess I need to figure out how to do it because I don't know how to do it.
Of a drug.
The only thing I need to just. Oh, my hair's a mess.
I'm gonna sip my yummy collagen.
Yes, sip your coffee. I'm gonna sip
pillow. The only thing that these pillows do is they hold up the royalty when the empress is asleep. There's no talking there. And Bella, I'm about to get a ponytail like yours.
Listen,
you already have a ponytail. You just better put it up, girl. Okay.
Put it up.
Just put it up, girl.
What Beyonce said,
I'm still waiting on that hair stuff, Bella. I'm still waiting on that hair stuff, Bella.
I'm gonna send it out tomorrow because you and one other person were the only ones to like.
Yeah, I remember that person too. It was TC.
Yeah, she was in here earlier. I don't know if she's still in here, but yeah, I'll send out your two tomorrow.
I have a question for Sharon, and I hope that there's no shade, but I have to ask because I've been dying to ask you this for months. Okay. Are you an evangelist?
No. Ooh. You asked me this the one time, like the last time we were on Burn. No, I'm not. I just love Jesus. I have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Period.
Well, good.
Period.
I asked because you're just so impactful with your with your aura and how you carry yourself, and I love it. So and I was like, maybe she's an evangelist for a living. I don't know.
No, I just love the Lord. If that happens along the way, amen. If you need to go to Christ, praise God. I'm not gonna not allow you to, know what it's all about, but and I'm not gonna shy away from you either. I love all people, and I think that people just get Christians or people who have a relationship with Christ, like they just think that we're just like not the right, we just are pushovers or so many different things, and it's
like
just
Elizabeth Hasselbeck, and
it's really not the case. It's okay, like it's really not the case, especially like people who actually for real have a relationship with Christ. We're not trying to push away people. We're truly trying to populate heaven because that's exactly what we're trying to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I
your
guess
question
the reason why
is
I don't
right,
remember. I guess the reason why I barely remember what I had for lunch, let alone remember asking that question before. But thank you for telling me that I did.
yeah,
At
you're
least I know
welcome.
for sure not to ask that again. Because
No,
I'm
it's okay. It's totally okay. But I just love the Lord, girl. I love Christ. I love Him, and praise God that it exudes from me. You know, like I had other things that were exuding from me, child, and it was not the business. Okay, so like,
Exactly.
amen.
you have some
But
beautiful.
when you know better, guess what? You do better.
Come on,
Yes,
yes,
Bella. I
yes.
love that green on you too, Bella.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
you're making me like
You're
want to
welcome.
pull out my Natasha Denona.
Natasha,
Like, when you said it,
Natasha
I was like,
Denona.
I need to just start
Who?
playing
Natasha
this.
Bedingfield.
No, Natasha Denona.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
Denona. She's a makeup artist and she's from London as well. She's British,
Oh,
darling. She's British.
Oh my gosh, her
ooh,
makeup is
British.
British. Like
Yes.
mother, she's British.
Mother who?
Pat, honey. What?
Oh,
Who else do I call mother but Pat?
Mother Pat.
That's why they're all called
I
motherships. Girl,
love
you didn't
mimicking
realize
Bella
that?
so much.
A girl.
I love mimicking
Listen,
Bella. It
she
brings
a
me.
black woman killing this game. Her, Danessa Myricks, who's another chick that I'm like standing right now, black girl. Magic is in the midst, and I am loving it. And I'm loving it.
Would it be weird if I asked you to do my lashes the next time I'm in New York, Bella?
That's your lashes.
Please do, because I'm not good at lashes. I can do everything else, just not those damn lashes.
Oh, honey, all you got to do is make sure that glue is tacky, that angle is right, and just lay it down.
I tried to do it myself, and it just ended up messing up my IB. I had to reapply the IB, and then it just.
Oh no! Just lay it down, boo. Lay it down. Lay it down.
I
It's
don't
like
have a
wait
good hand when
whole,
it
like,
comes to
30
laying it
seconds,
down.
then put it on then put another like strip on, like
Yep.
another glue, and then wait like 10 seconds. Then it'll be super tacky. Now it's like all you gotta do is just like barely click it. It's almost like a magnet, like clink, clink, clink.
And it's done. And it's done. And work from the outside in.
Yeah.
I'll
Yes.
try, but if my beat is messed up, I'm blaming both of you ladies for this.
You
And
got it.
like,
You
what
got it.
No, you're learning from like, from
From the
women.
lash girls, like this one here. Every
you're
time I see her, she
good.
got a lash on. You know, I can do
You're
lashes
good,
in like
baby.
2 seconds. I don't have
if
no
I
time
can't get
playing
it,
around.
I
'cause if I
promise you
can't get
will.
okay,
And
but
if you need help, we can get on a Zoom together and we can do it together.
Yeah,
I
we're
promise
gonna
we
do
can
lashes together. That'll
If
work.
that's what you need, sis, whatever it takes, you got to get this right, okay? We
That'll
can't
work.
be having you out here looking crazy. That ain't.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that
no.
ain't the move. That ain't
One
the
lash,
move.
someone else had
We
to
gotta
do
get
it
you.
for me.
We gotta get you right. We gotta get you tight.
That's
Sugar,
right.
I haven't
Get it
heard from you
right.
in a
Get
minute.
it
You
right.
still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Sugar,
Yes,
please tell the peoples what you do and where we can find you and how you slay this game right now, boo.
Oh.
Come on, queen.
Basically, like I said, I take on cults, narcissism, injustice, trying to save people from the hotep hustlers and all of them type of things that's going on. So I put them on blast. Like so we got one in jail right now. Nature Boy's in jail.
Yes.
But now
hopefully he stay there.
Now it's more copycats. They even got a girl now. I don't know if you saw that the other day. You have a girl. I am God.
Yes, I saw that chick. Okay, sure. Who is this chick? Who is she?
I can't get her. I gotta go back. I cannot get her.
I'll go watch this joint.
I
promise you, I thought it was a soap opera. The way these people be acting, I really did thought it was like a soap opera. I was like, okay, are they like playing roles or whatever? Is this like pretend or whatever? And then I started like researching it myself.
But see,
No, they're not pretending. They really believe this.
but a lot of people, and I think this is good to know because a lot of people think they have a connection with their kids, but in all reality, they don't have the connection that they think that they have with their kids, and a lot of them get caught up with these fake gurus. So some of them, some of them get caught out there. Oh, it's a better life. Live off the land, build a community, and then when they get there, it's a cult. Like it's just new cults.
Sharon, you will be clutching your pearls as much as I clutch mine.
I'm like, this is why we need to know our word of God, because like we got to teach our children like the word. I'm getting like goosebumps right now because like this is why my son like what the word of God is. Like, don't be out here like just accepting anything that people tell you. No, go research your information, and if you don't know, you better ask. Oh my goodness, I'm so like
No, but you have to constantly.
I agree on that.
He still have men there too, and a lot of these kids, people automatically assume, oh, they come from bad families, they misfits, but then come to find out they got good parents. But some of them started out like you gotta teach them like the keywords. We're doing this for humanity. We want to make this a better place. We're not plant our own food. We're gonna have tribes. So they, a lot of them have to learn these keywords. Oh, I'm in my higher self. You're in your lower self. Then they start speaking. And then, regardless if you do teach them the word or not, but a lot of them attach the word that we teach them to the life that they're claiming, the brochure that they have. So now they think this, this is what God is really talking about. So we gotta let we really have to teach them about the coast, because what they say, remember, these people know the Bible too. They know the Bible, they know the scriptures, and they know the scriptures well enough to make you think, oh, okay, I understand a little bit better. I want to get more enlightened. That's another key word, enlightened, or you are the elite, or you are the chosen one.
Right.
So a lot of people run to a lot of these different cults, and I just watch all different types of cults, and I'd be like, my God, I seen one the other day. I might show it, I don't know, but the daggone pastor sat up there and had all the women with no clothes on, sitting in some type of bucket, and I'm like, what the heck? It's
Wait,
like
a bucket? Did you say a bucket?
I hopefully I can find it, but I might show that.
Oh, wait, Sugar. Do you remember it was just recently some pastor was mad at his congregation because
that's tomorrow. That is tomorrow.
Okay, I'm there. He was mad at the congregation, y'all, for not getting him a watch.
Now he want to apologize. That's gonna be on my Sugar Babes page though, when we have all them type of discussions, and that's not including. That just happened after the other pastor set himself up to get robbed. I'm like, what's going on? They're getting these. God said in the end days, a lot of people will come and say that they are me, and everybody is coming to say that they are him.
Welcome in. Thanks for coming.
They call these cults that they're right God. They call them right God and make them think that they're the messenger and they're the only ones who can teach the knowledge.
False prophets. False prophets.
Never. That's where I get upset and be like, no, you don't need no priest to come in your house. You don't need nobody to consecrate your oil. You can do that yourself. That's why you have authority and power from Jesus. Hallelujah.
What,
Glory
baby
to God.
Lily?
See, I love Sharon for this.
Like, for real.
Wait, y'all. Baby Lily just said this was the second attempt. Another pastor did this. That's
Another
wild.
pastor. What is going on with these pastors?
See, first of all,
The Bible, everything that's written in that Bible is what we see today. It was true then, but people don't. They scared us from opening up that book. So they try to throw in that's the slave master, that's the this, that's the that. They're doing a lot of things, and then what these pastors are doing now are making it even worse. You know, they're making it even worse because they turned it more into a prosperity church instead of that. Right? When we was younger, the pastor lived in a little old spot in the church.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he had maybe like,
and whatever he got from the church, he was grateful for. Not Rolex watches or thousands of dollars of cars and jewelry and whatever and big fancy houses. If he got a meal from Big Mama in the church, he was grateful.
Right, and then
meal.
They was really going to see the sick. And back then, I don't know, depending on where you live at, but back then they used to have a board in the church.
Yes.
So they would tell you this is how much money we have.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew where your money was going. They wasn't hanging out with entertainers. And then they would say, okay, now this board is for fundraisers. So you donate more because we have like a building fund or this fund or that fund. You know, so it was more, but now it's like everybody's telling you how to get money. And I'm like, and they're telling you what's promised to you. God, God, whatever he promised is here already.
Exactly.
So, what else do you want? We the ones screwed it up. God said everything God put in the earth, and you just got to dig in that earth. You got the white rocks, as they call diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
You got the black rocks. You got the rubies. You got the green rock. I mean, everything we could possibly want is here already.
Mm-hmm.
It's our fault that we decided to put a price tag on something that these precious, because technically a diamond, it's only a rock. It's just a white rock, a clear rock. That's all it is. Like gold is nothing but a metal. So we decided to say, you know what? You know, we're gonna make these valuable. So people gotta have it of blaming God and the book for everything when people never bothered to look in the book and read the book for themselves. And I'm tired of having the same argument all the time. Slavery, first of all, who are the slaves that who is the slave? First of all, in the Bible, the white man is not the slave. First,
yeah.
And the white man is not the master.
Nope.
So our masters gave it to us. But they wasn't talking about the white man. This was going on between God chosen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but people, you'll never know unless you read it. I mean, it's not going to hurt you. You can read all these other books.
Exactly. And a lot of these things that's out here you can read about.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't take the time to read anymore. People don't take the time to research anymore. They take whatever's on face value with some of these influencers and just run with it.
And
whoever's like speaking the loudest and talking the loudest and got the most followers. Oh yeah, it must be true because they got X amount of followers. It must be true. No, do your research.
That's just
sometimes they'll even dig the information out of their ass too.
Mm-hmm.
As we found out with a lot of these people. A lot of them.
People.
They literally said some of these pastors is on a whole nother scam level.
A lot of them are because now they want to. But my thing is, that's what's taking people out the church. But I beg the people, okay, but don't let that take you away from God.
Exactly.
Don't let that take away from reading that book, and then you can get an understanding
for yourself. You have your own mind.
So everybody praising TD Jakes, but his daughter just stole that woman baby.
And he was a known womanizer. Talk about it. That's hard.
And then her husband that she divorced was touching on the kids.
Her babies.
Girl.
Sometimes I kind of wonder, like, okay, we know for some people who are doing these awful things, such as, you know, assault, sexual assault, SA, but I kind of wonder where they get the testicular fortitude to not heal, and then instead they do this to other people, whether it be, and then not to mention those who assault other people. They don't just do it to girls, they do it to boys too.
Mhm.
And that's something that many people just refuse to acknowledge. And it's funny that this is coming up because as you all were talking, they just showed the little update on R. Kelly on the news here in Chicago.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God, not
Well, now the young girl want to come up, and she's 14. Now she want to testify. But but I just want to get back to the pastors. We gotta be,
Yes,
we gotta be
Back to that
very,
pastor.
very. Even them, they are coached too. Anytime you sit up there, you're not supposed to have everything. I mean, that's why they're hanging with the entertainers, because now they got just as much money as these entertainers. That's just like when Tyler Perry sat up there and gave TD Jakes that $1 million check. What he do with it? What does the people like in the church before, you know, maybe because it was smaller, like if you really needed something, maybe the usher board would get together, they'll take a donation. But they really helped people back then. These days they want gimme. And it has gotten ridiculous. But I'm definitely going to cover that. But we can still cover it here because it's two different channels. But now he want to apologize when this man saying, "Well, I asked you for a watch last year, and I didn't get my such and such watch last year. So you mean to tell me blank blank is better than me and blank blank is better than me?" I'm like, this ninja what? And then it's sad that just these are all cults, and it's a shame that people, they can't break out of the spell. They cannot, because they're not reading that book. When I tell people, if you don't believe nothing else in that Bible, please believe when God tell you don't follow no man. Do not follow no man. But people still choose to keep following, you'll stay out of a lot of trouble. I mean, if it's so fake, like y'all claim it's fake and it's been written over and over, but I'm like, you mean to tell me, big as that book is, you ain't find nothing in that book that better your life? Nothing?
Nope. And you're not going to.
You know,
No.
even if it's just
are okay with being miserable in their own bullshit. They're okay with it. They don't want to see something else. They actually don't like mirrors. Okay, because the Bible is actually a mirror. It tells you about yourself. Okay, people don't want to be told about themselves to change themselves. And so, if you're okay with changing yourself, like the whole way, and not like picking and choosing and using it as like a trail mix, so to speak, and eating all the raisins and all the yummy stuff out of it, not eating the whole thing, then you'll sit there and, never actually, overcome, But then, if you want to actually for real read the Bible and take it for what it all is, and really for real change your life and gain a relationship with Jesus Christ and God, then you will for real change your life.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Which goes full circle back to what I was talking about before. Like, if you are okay with not being okay, then you will figure out what source you need to go to, whether it's God, whether it is a professional therapist, whoever it is, to figure out how to put the pieces back together so that you are whole and intact and can be a productive person in society again. Because until you understand what you need to do to get better, you're going to continue the cycle of not being okay. You're going to continue the cycle of not being okay.
Yeah.
And you're going to continue to do bad behavior or wallow in your misery and grief, or use substances to medicate yourself, to soothe yourself, to try to, erase whatever it is that you're feeling, which is why we have all of the things that we talked about in the beginning of this show about people who are exhibiting bad behavior and are doing things that are not the norm. Who goes and attacks somebody for saying your mama? Who goes and shoots their own sister because they are upset because the sister did the right thing by saying, you know what, this behavior is unacceptable. What you're doing to your son, my nephew, is unacceptable. Your substance abuse is unacceptable. I've called you on this. And now, since you haven't corrected, I'm now going to take the proper steps to make sure that this is corrected. This is done. And for that, she lost her life. And her son now doesn't have a mom. Because you don't understand how to correct your behavior.
That's some selfish crap.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of selfish people in this world, and these are just a couple of examples, but I have plenty more of people who just don't understand that your actions have consequences.
Absolutely.
So don't blame the people for calling you out on your BS, because it's BS and they're not going to take it anymore.
I've always said this. I just think that, like, if we all actually read the Bible for real and actually really walked out the word, we would actually really all be better off, because the Bible actually says, like, if you're offended with your brother, you go to them alone, and if they heard you, you won them over. So why are we sitting here getting all upset and going from like 0 to 100 when that's like that's like another 4 verses away? You know what I'm saying? Because you still gotta you gotta take them to witnesses, then you take them to the church, and then you can treat them like a publican at that moment. You know what I'm saying? But we have this like disconnect on, like, we immediately begin to start building up fences of like planks of, and then all of a sudden now we have this fence of offenses around us, and now we're just looking around this fence like, oh my goodness, I'm getting offended every moment. You're offended about something, and it's just like, if you just read the word of God, if you really for real understood it and really understood where you are at in where the word of God is, and really are okay with people and for real love them, like for real, like not say that you love people,
not lip service, but for real,
bullshit, like for real love people, like really have a love walk. And things will change, but people don't want to do any of those types of things. They don't want to do the legwork.
They want the quick way.
Yeah, they want a quick way.
And there's no such thing as a quick way when it comes to
life. Quick way. They don't want to put in the work.
You gotta actually go through it, and you got to do the work, and you got to stick to it and continue to do the work. If you don't do the work, you're never going to reap the results.
A long time ago that everything that we need to be.
Bella, did you?
By the things in nature and by the word of God in the Bible.
Huh?
I was saying that my grandmother, the Southern woman that she was, my mother's mother, told me a long time ago when I was a young child that everything that we need is everything we need is already here. God gave us the tools that we needed to survive in this world. It can be found in nature, and it can be found in the book of God, the Bible. So if you follow the word of God in the Bible and you eat from what he has planted, you got everything that you need. You've got everything that you need.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I said this so many times. God is not schizophrenic. He didn't put us on this. He didn't put us on like this planet so that we don't know how to heal ourselves or get well or anything.
Yeah.
Like
Everything you need is right here. You just gotta open your head and your heart and your eyes and look at what he's done.
Yes.
It's all out.
Yes. 100. Oh, sis,
come on, sissy.
Come on. Come on. Preach the word. That's the word of God. That's the kingdom of God that people don't really understand and they don't really want to like walk into. That's the kingdom of God.
Wait. I'm sorry. Say that again, sweetie, because you're on a roll. But I didn't catch the first part.
Which role? Her role or my role?
I'm getting kind of old here now. I'm hearing less.
You're not old.
God is not schizophrenic. You know, basically
that part I heard.
When he's put in this earth, we have everything here for us to thrive on, to heal from, to, you know, be the best. Like we have everything like here, like everything is all good. And our bodies are absolutely amazing too. So we're out here tripping, you know what I'm saying? On these things and thinking that God hasn't like really for real equipped us with the bodies to generate ourselves with the food that we can eat. But we're not even trying to do that.
Water that we can drink.
You know, plants that we can use to heal our bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like tree salve that can like, you know, honey that can like cure inflammation. Like there's so many wonderful things that we have on our planet and in our earth that can actually heal us indefinitely from amazing things, but we're sitting up here just like, let me go to the doctor and get their practicing medicine and like, and please hear me. I understand that doctors are, you know, they're derived from God and everything like that, but at most parts they're pretty much practicing, and God is the most divine like being that he knows exactly what's going on with their bodies. So why aren't we asking him?
I will tell you, one of my attorney, one of my attorneys and tax accountants, I saw him the other day and he was saying, you know, I was asking him about his wife. His wife is also a CPA. He's like, well, she's not doing too good. Her mom, you know, has stage 4 cancer. I'm like, oh my God, you know, first thing, you know, I'm going to pray for them. And he's like, you know, have you known anybody? And I said, yeah, unfortunately, I have known, you know, people who had stage 4 cancer, women who have stage 4 cancer, and the type of cancer that her mom has. And the prognosis was not good. And they ultimately left the earth. And he said, well, I went to get my blood work done the other day, and I was talking to one of the technicians, and they were like, well, my husband has stage 4 prostate cancer, and they gave him like 6 months, and it's been 4 years and he's still here. And the doctor keeps saying, oh, we don't know why you're here. He says, I know why I'm here. God. God made me here. God put me here. God is making sure that I stay here for as long as he wants me to be here. And when he says it's time, then I'll go.
Come on now.
But I'm not going on your time. I'm going on his time.
Come on now. People forget
that.
When
I told him, I said, you know
God
what?
actually for 15 years, and God granted him the 15 years in Jesus' name. Why are we sitting here tripping?
Why? 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 I told him, I said, he is absolutely right. And the technician was absolutely right. I said, continue to pray. The first thing I told you was, I'm going to pray. Because the power of prayer can move mountains. The power of prayer can change things. All you need to do is be faithful to the word of God.
That's right.
And this is talking from a woman who went to Catholic school and
but here's the thing, but none of those things, like the denomination means nothing. you know, because
Look, and
those
at the
were
end of
all
the
derived
day,
from men who wanted to who actually wanted to keep their stance in changing the word of God, in which the word says, "Don't change the word, otherwise you will be cursed." That part. So it's
that
all
part.
about having a relationship with Jesus Christ. Period. End of story. Period.
Listen, I will tell anybody within the sound of my voice who will listen and understand what I'm trying to say, which is at the end of the day, I want you guys to remember two things. One, you may have been born alone and you might die alone. But what you do in between then is all up to you. You don't have to be alone throughout your life. There are people here that will help you. There are resources that you can reach out to. If you don't have a family member or someone in your circle that you can trust with your whole heart to tell whatever it is that your heart needs, like if it's a talk because you're in grief, or if it is, you're depressed and you need somebody to pull you back into society and reality, and bring you back so that you don't harm yourself or others. There are people here to help you. All you need to do is reach out. And if you don't trust anybody, what I'm saying to you and what I want you to hear from me is, I am a woman who is suffering. I grieving my daughter. I suffer from my own depression, from illnesses that I have, and nerve damage and things of that nature that really weigh on my psyche. But let me tell you something that I have. I have the word of God. I have the belief system that my grandmothers, both the Catholic one and the Baptist one, instilled in me from a young age. And my parents then nurtured that throughout my life. I have a circle of sisters that I can pull from, whether it be my sorority or my own personal friends. I have a circle that I can go to. And when I have none of that at the time, guess what I'll do? I'll come on here and I'll talk to my babes and I'll say, babe, I'm hurting right now. I'm crying. I'm grieving. I am open. And I kid you not, the love that I receive, not just Sunday, but every day, whether I come on and there's 5 people here, 2 people here, 1,000 people here, 500, whatever it is, I find that. And I revel in that and I believe in that and I take that. And when I get off this live stream, I say, thank you, Jesus, that people came in here and helped me out for that purpose. And then I pass that on to the other person who needs it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just me. It's not just me. We're not alone in this. Good night, my soror. Thank you so much for coming. You have a blessed night as well. And thank you for all you do to shine a light on. Yes, thank you, Soror Ita Live Strong, for all you do to shine a light on multiple sclerosis. My bestie suffers from that disease as well. And, I always, share your stuff with her and tell her, there's another Soror out here who's doing it. And, I really appreciate you for that. So I just wanted to, acknowledge that and let you know that before you left. But even, still, like, trust in that there are people out here who do mean the best for you, who do want the best for you, who do want to see you succeed and grow and flourish and do all the things that you need to do for yourself. I gotta say, like, every time I come on here, whether I'm doing a makeup tutorial or I'm doing one of my Bella After Darks, whatever the subject is, whatever we're talking about, I always leave this platform fulfilled. Not only in the purpose that I delivered something that I think will help somebody else, even if it's like, how to do makeup, how to put on lashes, what's the best lipstick, whatever it is. I feel like that was my purpose, to come on here and just share what I know. Because if it's nothing if you keep it for yourself. It's nothing. But if you share that knowledge with somebody else, then you're helping somebody else then share that to somebody else. And then so on and so on and so on. And that's what it's all about. That's what this YouTube is all about. I started this platform because I said, instead of telling 50 of my sorors how to do makeup, let me put it on the YouTube and give it to 50 people, and then 50 more people, and then 50 more people, and then 50 more people. Because it's nothing if you can't share it. You're nothing if you can't share the knowledge of what you know to somebody else. You're selfish if you can't share the wealth of what you know to somebody else. And so I'm gonna let Sugar go. What you say?
To add on to that, which I think is beautiful.
Yes.
We also we gotta also remember it takes a village.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people have gotten out of it takes a village, and even like me, I work with kids, and I be having to hurt parents' feelings all the time, right? Because a lot of these parents, they think they know their kids. They think they are the best. Some of them bring home very good grades, and sometimes you think that they're in a house. But I get to see the real kids. And people, they're so busy into but back in our days, your kid was my kid was your kid's. But a lot of these parents now, they just sit back and ain't too busy bragging about theirs and mine. But what they don't understand is once your child get out in the street, they with somebody else's kids who parents are not like you.
That's right.
And then they start picking up them bad. Let's say, they're going to puberty, a child's having a bad day. It take that one bad influence to say, hey, puff this, drink this, put this pill in your mouth.
Right.
And things can happen so fast.
So fast.
So fast. And then people wonder about, my kid's grades is dropping or whatever. So if you gotta make friends with your friend's kid, that's what you do. You gotta make friends.
And not just that. Sometimes it be your own family. Because remember, going back to Wendy Williams, when her son got hooked on that synthetic marijuana, it wasn't his friends, it was his family member that turned him on to that.
Yeah, and it only takes one time, but you have to make friends. If you're going to bring your child up, and you're not the other child's parent, but you may have to take that role. You may even as in just to hug that kid, let that kid know, I care about you. You are right. You're okay. You can always talk to me, because doing that is going to save your child.
That's right.
And that's why people don't get. Even if you don't do that, I've seen it. I don't have over 900 kids come through me. 900, right? And a lot of times, especially in the age bracket, girls, they're awkward. Their boobs are popping in, and and they think that they're not cute because they got the bumps and stuff.
Yes.
And they all come in looking like a nun, not technically a nun, but how a nun.
But they're covering up because they're ashamed of what their bodies are looking like. Right
and
now.
then it take that one boy to go, you so cute. And by the next week, it gets shorter and shorter. It takes that one boy.
Yes.
It always takes that one thing. So we got to
notice. And then,
we have to learn. You can say all you want about yeah, we believe in the Lord and everything, but let me tell you,
Mhm.
it's them devils that's out there.
Honey,
And some of them may get to your kid, and sometimes it get misery about company. So
that's right.
I know I like to smoke marijuana. You're around me, but yeah, I don't feel like buying it all the time. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
give you a pull, get you hooked, so now you can start buying it too. But it's just like a lot of things, that we have to do as a people.
Absolutely.
We all too busy thinking about ourselves and talking about our kids, and I'm like, that's not the way to do it. You,
Mhm.
if whoever your friend, you gotta know your friends' kids and
That's right.
eavesdrop and do all these other things. But we
Mhm.
have, like you said, we have to share the information,
Absolutely.
and we have to definitely we have to share it.
Mhm.
Then we got to stop, being so like, what I hate, and I don't want to bring this up,
Mhm.
but you know what tears a lot of people apart? The freaking elections.
The what?
Mm. The
Elections.
elections.
The
Yeah.
elections.
People are losing their minds.
No, I mean, especially, girl, it was crazy out here.
People are losing their minds.
No,
Yeah. She's
one,
They were
absolutely
losing their
right.
mind before the elections.
no, but that's one of
But
the
but
things
it's
that,
really bad,
that
Angelina.
tear people apart, because even this election right here was the worst one ever from where
Mm.
we're at, baby. And I live in it's like a circle. You know
Mhm.
that in BK, so it's a circle, ain't that? Baby, this part wasn't talking to that part. They was blowing each other. I'm like, what
Mhm.
the y'all been
And even the ones that have gone through it and been elected, like the trial through fire that they're going through right now
I know
is
it's dirty
just
and nasty,
deplorable.
but after when I'm like, to me, I don't care who win, because you still work for me and you still have to serve me. But
Exactly.
and then the kids get involved with it, and it's always people, adults, kids are watching you.
Mhm.
They are watching you,
Mhm.
and I mean, it's a lot of things. It is ridiculous, and then a lot of times too, like when you thinking that you got the best child, a lot of these parents don't know. They kids go, a lot of their kids made it to college, because of secret ABs. If
Mm.
you ain't know, baby was out there doing the oochie coochie la la la. You
Ooh.
didn't know she went and got a secret AB, and you think you
Mhm.
got the best daughter ever. When you get older, you'll find out a lot of secrets your daughter you didn't know about. Like,
Exactly.
watch your
Mm.
kids. Oh,
Exactly.
they wonder, oh, my child a virgin. I'm like, how do you know? Because I know. How do
Mhm.
you know? Because my child is under me all the time. Is your child with you right now?
That's some bullshit
Mm.
because I was like checking my son's freaking phone and everything, and some little girl was like, I fucked this boy the other night. And I was like, wait a minute.
She said,
He's like 12 years old. Like, were you
Mhm.
kidding me? Like, wait.
Oh, honey, my
These kids
sorority sisters who are teachers have been telling me these girls have been like having anal sex and oral sex in the staircases because they know that they won't get pregnant from doing that. So they have been servicing multiple, and let me emphasize, multiple young men because they know they can't get pregnant by that. So that's their way of securing their popularity and securing themselves a boyfriend because they are, giving it up, so to
And,
speak.
and you know what the gag is? The gag is boyfriends are not that great. They're really
Honey,
not. Males aren't that great at all, and I stand on that. Now, you
honey,
meet some that are lovely, but in general, they're not that great. Hell, they're responsible for most of the wars, most of the diseases, and most all the crime that you see running around. Because you remember that one scene from Living Single when I forgot, I think it was Max who asked what the world be like with no men, and then Khadijah said a bunch of fat happy women and no crime.
Exactly.
No, I can't. I can't.
No crime.
No crime.
Like,
and no lies were told.
Think about it. If there was no males on this earth, there'll be no patriarchy. With no patriarchy, you don't have to worry about these societal structures that were set in place to, to maintain a sense of precedence and hierarchy.
But we'll have cattiness, ratchetness, and period freaking issues. Like, no, I'm good.
But I'm telling you, males don't get better because a lot of times it's the males who pit women against each other.
Ciao.
Remember, patriarchy is the thing that's pitting women against each other, pitting anyone who's marginalized against each other. It's patriarchy.
Well, I'm gonna stop here. Sharon, I'm gonna let you go next and talk about your channel and what you do and where people can find you, doll.
Honey, I am a health motivator. My name is Sharon, not Sharon. If you don't know, now you know. I've lost 80 pounds. I've kept it off, and my channel is all about health motivation. So if you're wanting to snatch yourself back to life, amen, that is what I do on my channel.
Snatch it back, amen.
Praise God. Hallelujah. Let's do it together. Glory. And that's basically what I do on my channel. I do that. Yes. I cook. I make bobby pins. I do all the things. So
she does all the things.
I do all the things.
Angelina, my doll. Go on and tell them baby, what you do. Who you are and what you do.
I do a lot of stuff, but as far as YouTube is concerned, I am, I guess, a content creator.
Yes, honey, you absolutely could say content creator.
I have an upcoming docuseries, not blog, but docuseries entitled "Chasing Liberation," and it is about my day-to-day. It is about how I navigate, the world as me being this Black person, this indigenous person, Black indigenous, being this person, holding so many identities, and just sharing my life as far as from my perspective, and just things that happen around me, and being real about it. It's not reality, but it's real. And sharing my poetry, sharing my advocacy, sharing lifestyle things. And now that I realize that I have shared some traveling stuff too, which I hope Bella will share some on her channel. And hopefully I can go back to New York and have some episodes where I can have Bella on there. Bella and Vern.
And me.
And she'll and go to
where Brooklyn babe.
What state are you in, Sharon?
Cali.
And I want to go to Cali and visit Sharon, and then I might ask her again if she's an evangelist, and then she'll tell me, Angelina, you asked me that twice already, and the answer is no, I'm not an evangelist.
It'll be 3 times at that point.
Don't be mad.
I've been going to LA for the longest now. I ain't make it there yet. So, baby, we got to go there too.
Yes. Road trip to LA. I'm always down.
For at least 10 years.
As long as we can get to Napa for the Venus.
Yes, you got when you come to Napa, that's where I'm at. And you can come close to Sharon. That's where I'm at. So
Well, that's
yes,
fine.
Carla,
We can
you
go
were
to
talking about
Napa.
that for your
Just
birthday, sissy. You need to. Yes. You
going to
do that.
Napa.
I will totally drive
Your
freaking Napa.
birthday.
Okay, so
Going to
my
Napa is
birthday
fine.
is September 17th, which is on a Saturday. I
My
still
birthday is Saturday too.
when?
This Saturday.
This Saturday?
This birthday both on this Saturday. Yes.
Are you doing a birthday? Are you doing a birthday live?
Yes, I am, because I am trying to get the donations for my youth group. So I'm gonna tell everybody to donate. I have a GoFundMe. You know, we got the budgets cut, and you know I'll be having over
Yes.
time. And if we don't raise this money, then these kids not gonna have no jobs. This year was something else, girl. Oh my God! You notice I did not come on too much. This has been one hot. This been who in New York? This has been we haven't had a hot summer like this in many years.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my, and I barely sweat, but I sweated every day this summer.
That's why my hair was
I
up.
was in
My
New
hair
York in June.
has been sweated out since last week.
But that I heard that was like around in a lot of places. I'm like, what the? Is the sun falling?
It's climate change. That's what's going on. Because when I was in New York in May and in June, it was already kind of hot. I'm like, New York gets hot in July through October. Why is it hot in May like this?
Well, we waited so long because we had a late winter. But boy,
we didn't have much of a spring either.
We didn't even. It went straight to summer. We went from.
I'm okay with it going straight into summer. I just didn't like how hot it got and how humid it got.
And that's what I was getting ready. So I was like, oh, and then I had them kids, and these kids got more problems. I'm like, they don't pay a bill. They don't do nothing.
But see, I love New York during the summer. I just don't like the humidity. That's all. That's the only thing I don't like.
Baby. Woo! I was
gotta take it all.
I'll take it fine. I just have to have a very. I would just have to have a very good hairstylist in New York who can get me tight every time this happens.
Girl, you better throw the wig on. I had went and bought my little cat wig. It's a cat, but it's a wig. Girl, you're gonna tell me nothing. You're gonna tell me nothing. I threw that cap on my head. Then I put a different one every day, so then I got a different hairstyle because the humidity was too much to have your hair out. And then I locked my hair. So my hair,
you locked it.
I locked it. So it was a teeny weeny one, but now it's starting to grow back in.
Yes.
So hot for that too. So I said, man, listen, because I said, what? And I don't like the wigs because that's not my personality.
Yeah.
You don't like wigs?
When I said, no, it's not my personality. It's like that's what made me started watching Bella, because I don't do makeup videos at all. Because I don't wear makeup. But I like how she make it so quick and simple. That's what drew me into her, watching, because she boop, 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 boop. Because all the other videos, it's like,
oh, it takes a minute.
If I were to do one, it takes a while. I have
2 hours later.
I have
still my eyebrows.
No start. I'll be like, from this foundation, and then I like how she just go boop, boop, and she just like a whole new person, simple.
Well, I have episodes on my show where I'm doing makeup, but because of how long it actually takes in real life,
cut it.
I didn't cut it. What I did was I sped it. So you're gonna see a few episodes where it's fast forward, because it takes that long.
Let me tell you something. This morning, I actually timed myself beginning to end. I've actually got my makeup routine down to 15 minutes. I am totally proud of myself.
15 minutes?
15 minutes. This look I'm having right now, this look that I'm showing you right now, took me 15 minutes to do.
How?
Start to finish, including my skincare.
What about the lashes and the brows and the...
I didn't put any false lashes on this. These are my lashes. These are my lashes.
Go ahead.
And what about your
Oh
foundation?
yes, let's get into Shannon's lashes because they're a moment.
Now let me ask you something.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm getting pissed off here. Because
how?
Let me tell you, because what it is now, as soon as you become a superstar, right? And entertainers, right? Even though I know how to do it the natural way myself, I can buy my own ingredients and I know what it is. But I'm getting a headache because what if, like, every time, even if it's a man, you got your problem, but every lady now got a freaking line. Jennifer Lopez, Rihanna, and I'm like, is it?
And you know what? Not for nothing. The majority of the people with the line, with the exception of Rihanna, because she actually went into the lab, she actually worked with people to create her line. Her, I will give props to. But there's not a whole lot of other ones that I would give props to. What I gravitate to as a makeup enthusiast and someone who can put makeup on and beat other people's faces, I gravitate to the people who have and who are makeup artists. Because at the end of the day, the line that they're going to put their name on, they have to stand behind it because they are a makeup artist. So they are judged with a different kind of eye than a celebrity person who's just like, yes, slap my name to blah, blah, blah. I'm being honest, and y'all know I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm a straight shooter. Pow, 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 pow.
I want to see Brooklyn.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you.
I don't want to see you, Brooklyn.
And I want to ask myself, sis, have you guys ever? If y'all haven't, if you have, y'all need to do it again. Have you ever tried a 99-cent haul of makeup?
I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it.
Just wipe it right off. But you know, some people I have seen that. You never know. You can take it right back off. But I too should
don't trust it. Sugar, let me tell you why I don't trust it. A lot of the products that you see in the 99-cent store are from third world countries, or or they are stuff that is leftover products they're about to ship over to third world country. Look, this was.
Or it doesn't have to be 99-cent store, but it could be like a Rite Aid or CVS.
I will do a Rite Aid haul for you, or a CVS haul. CVS. Those I don't mind, because those
I would love.
Maybe not in Connecticut. I have to go to the hood. I have to go to a hood spot to do it, because where I live, they don't make makeup for me.
I would like, I would like to see if even though you can buy what you want to buy, but you can show people, hey, if you can't afford this work just as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I can definitely do that.
And what about you, Angelina?
I wanted to say hi to my baby Brooklyn. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Oh, you
look. Oh my gosh, look. She's like looking for you.
Yeah, I hear me. Brooklyn, you're such a beautiful little baby. Yes, you are. You're so cute. You give me a big hug. You just have cuddles, and you look so cute when you yawn. You're so cute.
She's like, somebody's calling me, Mom.
I would let my.
I'm famous, Mom. Somebody's calling me.
I would have let my car to come pump up your Brooklyn, right? I'm coming to Connecticut to give Brooklyn some babies.
Listen, Brooklyn, that shop is closed. You know, Brooklyn had to get an emergency hysterectomy.
But why? She's a baby.
I've heard that from a dog ever.
Yeah.
Why does the dog need a hysterectomy?
What's the name of the condition? That's Tom, remember when I came on and I think I posted it too, where I was like crying and I was holding her or whatever?
Yeah, you were holding her and she was in despair. What happened to that poor little bundle of joy?
So what happened was she was in a heat cycle, and I didn't know she was in a heat cycle. Hey, Ray of Sunshine is in the house. Welcome, Ray. Welcome. We used to. I don't know what I'm still doing up, girl. It's almost 3 hours. Y'all know I don't.
Brooklyn is up because she can be up because she's a baby. She can do whatever she wants.
Now,
But why am I up? Because I got to work.
My dog will be all messed up. We ain't got that money. But I like, I'm a cat lover though.
Yes, yes.
So,
I'm allergic to cats, so that's why I gravitated
my dog. I like my cat. My cat is just like me.
Michelle, Michelle loves cats too.
They like to be bothered when they want to be bothered. They don't like to be under you.
Mm-hmm.
They come out sometime and sashay. How you feeling? Get my food. You ain't gotta walk me. I clean myself. I go to the bathroom. I see you, and I see you tomorrow. See,
right, and peace out.
I'll be asleep for the next 12 hours. No, you don't have to pet me. I mean, sometimes just a little bit, but that Carter of mine, oh my goodness, he craves attention. Let me tell you.
My goodness.
That's why I can't do cats.
That's why I love cats. They don't bother me. I don't bother them until we feel like being bothered with each other. Then we go back to our own world. But Carter is different. Carter is too much attention. So Carter here grows, right? And let me tell you how much attention my dog needs. So, but when he got his hair cut, they cut too much of his hair off. I didn't know that was my dog, right? So I go to pick him up from the groomer, and I'm looking at the other dog, like, oh my God, Carter looks so nice. Oh, they did a phenomenal job. And then the guy brings the dog out, and I'm still looking at the other dog, and he's like, look, this is your dog. So being that they took so much hair off of him, he was ashamed and he was nervous.
Oh, poor baby.
Every time the dog get groomed, the cat don't speak to him because the cat sees he waiting for his hair to go back. So then the dog is under here. The dog wouldn't come out or nothing.
Oh,
I said it's only one way to find out if this is my dog, right? Because every time I call my son, Anthony, Carter comes. I'm gonna call any name. Carter's gonna come, but he wouldn't come at all. So I'm like, this man is I don't know who dog this is, right? I'm still thinking because the hair really, really changed the look. So as soon as I said, Anthony,
maybe it wasn't the dog. It's not the right dog.
No, so she said Anthony. Carter perked up.
Right. So when I said Anthony, he jumped him. I said, oh, thank you, Jesus.
Yep, that was him.
I called him by his name. He wanted to come. But he being that when I call my son, he wants the attention first.
Right.
So he'll run so I don't get the son attention and give it. I said, that's all I wanted to know. You passed the test. You are
So let me finish what I was saying about Brooklyn's condition. So she had a condition called Primera. Basically, she was in a heat cycle and her heat cycle got infected.
Oh.
And so instead of like finishing the heat cycle, what happened was her uterus swelled up with blood and mucus and the infection. And so her uterus was, at the time when she got the procedure, it was almost 3 pounds. So it was almost as big as she is, because when she eats, like her normal weight is between 5 to 6 pounds. If she's 7 pounds, I know she's had too many treats and she's, overweight, but she's usually 3 to 5 pounds. So the uterus itself was like almost half her weight. And then she stopped eating. She would only drink, and she was very listless. So the day that I actually brought her in, I was like, there's something wrong. So I called her vet. The vet was like, oh, well, we don't have any openings. The first opening that we have is like mid-May or something like that. And I was like, nope, I'm not waiting that long. I need to know what's wrong with my dog now. And so they were like, well, if you need to go now, here's a place that you can go. It's like the emergency room for dogs, for our chain, because it's part of a chain thing. So that's like the emergency room for that chain. So I took her in, and the guy was like, I'm glad you took her in. We did the test. She does have this Primera. And if you didn't bring her in today, you probably would have lost her tomorrow.
Oh.
And I was just like, y'all thought Sunday was bad? Like, I was a total and complete wreck. And so the vet was like, okay, let me explain to you, what we need to do. We need to do an emergency hysterectomy, which means we're going to take all of her, functions that will make her like have babies or whatever. So she's going to have all that removed. Hopefully, she survives it, because she's listless now. She's underweight. She is older. So, all of that plays a factor into, how she's going to tolerate this surgery. But if all goes well, she'll be good the next day.
Oh, thank you, Point Blank, for supporting my sister.
Oh, wow.
For the super Thank you, Rod. Yes, come on through, Rod.
Oh, we appreciate you.
AKA Mr. Travels.
Since you're giving out $100 bills, you can just slide that onto my account, not,
And mine too, because I did just have a birthday, just like you.
Let her enjoy her gift now. But Saturday, Mr. Point Blank, if you want to help some kids, you could don't. I'm gonna send you the GoFundMe. I'm gonna send you the GoFundMe in your Instagram.
Okay, and I'll post
Tell
it.
people, even if you can't, just keep passing it around.
I will. So.
But let her. Thank you so much, Points and
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Wonderful. Yes.
Thank you so much, Rod, AKA Points
Thank
Blank
you.
Finance.
See, that going to show you what God has control. How many times you kept saying I'm getting off?
No, right?
Exactly.
And God kept us talking for a reason, right?
Yep, because that's nothing but God at that point.
God.
That and the fact that we had a lot to say, but God kept you on here.
I was washing them dishes.
We said that 4 times already, and God had us keep talking to kid. Now, if you got off, look at that's God.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Bella, thank you so much for saving Brooklyn's life. Because, even though Brooklyn is your baby, I feel like Brooklyn's my baby too, now that I got a chance to see her like personality and how loving.
She's quite the character. I've had her all of her 12 years.
12?
Yeah, she's 12.
She's 12?
She's a seasoned doll, honey.
She looks like a baby. She looks like
she's like a mama.
How old is that in dog years?
So let me see. 2 times 7 is like
84? Yeah, she's in her 60s. She's like 69, 70.
I thought she was in her 80s, because I thought 7 years in human years is 1 year for dogs.
Right.
So that would make her like 84.
Oh Lord, look at her face. I don't know if she froze or
she's frozen like the movie. Okay.
See, you just spoke upon 84 and you froze.
Let it go.
Bella,
y'all are
like the movie again,
pixelating and doing all kinds of like
my sister
interesting things.
Over 100. It's turning 100.
Oh yeah, Brooklyn is 84. She's
wait, sissies, I can't hear y'all.
Oh,
I'm gonna try to go back downstairs. Oh, please.
Dun, 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 dun,
I'm not putting the music on. I'm just gonna walk downstairs.
That's fine. I could do the music.
Let me close the door for Brooklyn tries to walk behind me.
Oh, please.
We walking.
Oh, I love that.
Got the piano.
Hang on, I cannot hear y'all. Crazy pixelated. Ooh.
Oh, please.
Okay. Hang on. It's gonna get dark for a moment.
Oh, please.
And now I'll turn on the light.
I finally get a night to watch a movie. What's good?
You did what?
I finally get a night to watch a movie. I ain't take my grandma nap today neither, cause that son be
You
having.
take your grandma.
Grandma?
Yeah.
Who's a grandma in here?
Grandma.
Who's a grandma in here?
I'm a grandma.
You are? You look every bit of 25 or 26 in your photograph.
Oh, my grandson is 8 and my daughter's 33. But
oh my God, I feel so old. Oh,
my daughter's 33. Right. Not me, my daughter. My
but
daughter.
how? What is in the water these days? And how come I'm the only one who's not with somebody and having children at this point?
I ain't got nobody.
Catch up.
I ain't had nobody, and them kids was miracles. One. Both,
They call me Maria.
I broke up with both their daddies, and I keep telling. I can't stress this enough. Once you break up with a man, please, no more one last roll in the hay. You end up pregnant every time.
Right.
Every time a female break, you know, it's a lot of times when females break up with their man. Okay, thank you so much. Every time you sit up there and you do that one last night, boom, it's like it's always the night you ovulating. The egg is ready, the sperm is extra strong, and there you go. So if you want to have a baby, you get a boyfriend, break up with him, and then give him one last time, and you be knocked up.
I don't know if I want to do it that way. Maybe I'm a little old school, but I will say this.
That's the quickest way now. That's the quickest way. You can always
I'm a little old school when I say this, but
but you got to break up with them first, just to get pregnant quick, and then go. Oh, baby, you know, let's make this work. See, that's how you do it.
I'll try that, but only under one condition. The condition for me is that I have to be married first. Well, that's my belief.
Get married.
I'd rather be married first.
Get married, kick him out the house, and start an argument, right? And kick him out, and then say we ain't speaking no more, and then call him over for one night, because he's still your husband. Call him over for one night. And then don't speak to him, and boom, there you go. And then after marriage, I don't ask me why these things work. It just happens. I mean, stories like this. There's always that one leg. I'm like, damn, I'm stuck with you forever. Shit.
Isn't that a little dysfunctional? Why does that remind me of every episode?
My stomach hurts right now. I'm so hard. I can't even.
I was with his father 5 years. 5 years. Nothing for 5 years.
She said you need to break up with it and then get back to him.
Why does that remind me of every episode of Divorce Court with Judge Maybelline?
Listen, once I'm going forever.
Well, yeah, Bella. I'm the same way. Once it's a wrap for me. I don't believe in breaking up and making up. I don't believe in breaks. I don't know where these people came up with
Stop it.
breaks, but we don't do breaks in relationships. Either we on or we not.
Do breaks.
Right.
That what she said right there. I
I don't do breaks.
We
I
don't
don't
do breaks.
do
We
well.
on
Well,
or
I
we are
thought
not.
For a
something was
second,
going
then you
on.
want to go.
Nope.
I can't do no break. I don't know what a break is. The only break I know of is when I take a break from work.
When I break your legs, when I break your back, when I break your arms.
And I'll break your bank account. How about that? I'll break your bank account, both savings and checking.
get knocked up.
Oh yeah, and I'll break your bank. Hey.
Because it's always the couples that's like so in love. It takes them forever to get knocked up. Then they go to IV treatments and this and get these needles, get these shots. The easiest way is to break up and say, "Oh damn, I'm in heat. Come on over." And
Damn,
then,
I mean,
come on over. And he's like,
I don't think I've ever said those words.
I don't think so. I don't think I have either. And I'm the type of person, if I'm mad, if I'm mad at somebody,
ever.
I don't want them anywhere near me if I'm angry with them.
Let's
yeah,
be clear.
like,
First of all, I don't want no babies. I already get my
I know,
babies.
Bella, you'll be a great mommy again.
got a grandbaby. She is
I got a
Not to mention-
baby. I'm
Not
good.
to mention,
Why don't
you
you
got
have
the
a
tools and
grandbaby?
experience to be a mother again.
Yeah, I'm good.
Baby, why don't you have a grandbaby? That's your baby again.
That's the baby.
And then
I
you
can
send them
No, it
love,
isn't, because
I
you
can
return them back
spoil,
to their
and I
mother.
can
Exactly.
most
That's not the
importantly
baby
give
for you again. That's your grandbaby. That's the difference.
I can give him back
Exactly. So that's how it's not your baby.
parents. And that's the kind of baby I like. The kind I can give
it's
back.
like-
Why? Why do you want to have to give them back though? Don't you want to have them and have
Oh,
them every
I
day?
have one.
not girl, not at our age. We ready to live.
Our age.
I'm ready to zip
How
it.
old is everybody
Do
on
it.
here? Because I
And
thought
zip
you were about
it.
25,
And
Sugar.
zip it.
And then
Our age,
Juan, I thought you were probably like 26 or 27. And I
my
thought Bella was about 26 or
Or
27 as well.
27, or
baby,
28, or 29, or 59, or whatever the hell it is.
No, I
But
thought you were in
tell
your
one
20s,
thing,
Bella.
what I am not going to do is raise another baby.
baby, you
Mm.
gotta.
That's what he got a whole daddy for that I raised.
My baby be 8,
That part.
and they 16. My kids are 16 and a half years apart.
Why?
I just told you what happened, girl. I said,
Yeah.
She was saying,
Yeah, whoops.
then
Whoops.
that's why I said they miracle babies. That means God wanted them to be here. And I was like, nope.
Whoops.
And they was like, boop. I was like, God, again? How you
Well, yeah, again, why not?
strike twice? Like this.
That's God's way of saying there's a baby for you. You
Right.
been
I
blessed.
gotta lay across the couch for that one because Lord have mercy.
I was like, and girl, I tell you, I had one, and that's when the booty call was out, right? Remember the
The
song?
booty call.
Remember the song? I like the way you work, yeah.
No
No,
diggity.
baby.
No, it's a booty call, and you know. So I was
Yeah,
just
I had to do a little booty pop for
make
that
the
one.
phone call, press play, and they played out, and they're like, I'm on the way.
Yeah, you were. I like. You were really working, and he really was liking the way you working.
And now I'm stuck. Now I'm stuck. Now I got stuck out.
You were backing it, lying up.
Yeah.
I done said,
I won't. I won't.
said, damn, can't even break up in peace. No, you had to be all feeling all in your feelings and heathen. Come on. And they were like, you know, it happens. But I'm saying it's a lot of people that would tell you that same story. It's that one last roll in the hay gets you every time.
Chill.
I can't do the last if of anything because the way my heart has been shattered so many times, can't do it. It's a wrap for me.
Well,
We
here's
gotta
the thing I will say about shattered hearts.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody breaks your heart, it does take a while to heal. But once that scab is laid out, that heart is about to heal, the other side of that is fabulous because you know more about yourself, about what you want, and more importantly about what you don't want.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how to operate if the chance comes again that you find somebody that you're attracted to. You now know, okay, this is how I need to move based on the experiences that I've had and what I want from my life at this moment. This is how I need to move. And you just go with it and you do what you need to do. You put the work in, you do the work, and you move on. You move on. It's not easy. It takes a while. But what I will say is that once it's done, it's done. And once you are able to move on, you will find that it's a lot easier to navigate because now you know better. And what I say, when you know better, you do better.
Much better.
I think, like, for me, like, I'm always the one that leave, actually.
Mm.
Want to leave because I have low. I just believe life is so short.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I hate is anybody to waste my time.
Facts.
Because it's like if you knew that, my thing is if you knew that you wasn't ready, if you know these things, I don't like the men who come with the mask. I'm like, come on, especially when you're nice and still young. I will replace
Who
your body.
you looking at, Angelina?
I was looking at my phone. There was a notification.
But I just like
Oh.
that's the thing, not what you have done, because there's nothing new under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
What happens? People going to cheat. They're gonna do. But when you with somebody for a while and you find out these things, that's what pissed me off. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
all my future husbands don't walk past me. But I'm being around with you. I had to let them keep walking. I could have caught one of them other fish.
That part.
You waste my time and you waste your
That
energy.
part.
And
And
then,
at the end of the day, I am a highly intelligent Black woman. And I hate when people, not just men, anybody, underestimates my intelligence. Like I said, from 2, 3 years old, when my godmother was pregnant, and that chick told me it was a stork that made her pregnant. I was like, I know damn well ain't no stork. There's no storks in Brooklyn. Like, and I was 2, 3 years old at that time, and I was grilling this chick like she stole something, and she was at the NYPD police department, and I just rolled in as a detective, like grilling her. Like, I know when BS is being felt my way. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to settle for nonsense.
that's why
When I know all it is here
Ow.
is right for the taking, baby. And if you don't want it, guess what?
The next, hello. And can you imagine us in our younger days? Woo, Bella. They ain't want nothing.
But you are young, sugar.
I'm talking my younger days. You ain't want. You ain't.
The younger days.
Yeah, you didn't believe.
Right now, we season.
Right.
Laws right
You're
now.
young but seasoned. Nice
Young
seasoned.
but when we was young and tender,
from my 18-year-old self to my
You all are making me
27
hungry.
or 28-year-old self, 27. You didn't want none of this. You didn't want to.
baby.
You don't want these problems.
You do not want these problems. Y'all think I am nothing nice now? I was definitely nothing nice then.
Baby.
Definitely
I
nothing
couldn't
nice
be mad
then.
at you because I didn't say even it's strange.
Whoop whoop.
I just leave it right there. But that age version of me, when all this was fit,
Honey,
stretchable,
you better tell it.
stretchable,
You better tell it.
pretzel person, get the pretzel and all them other good things. What the things that I do, man? Listen, bye. And it's not one that I left. Once I'm done with you, I'm done with you. Except for that last 2 times when I had my kids, because God said I had to have them 2 kids. But I'm usually done. I'm done. But boy, oh man, Chevy. Before I do leave though, I always make first page, the front page of the paper. Not literally, but I'm just saying because don't play with me. Don't play with me.
I heard that.
I always make fun. I'm making fun. I know I want the cover page because you're gonna hear you. But like once you get older and you're like, that's not nice. You get judged for what you do, and they get judged for what they do. You don't have to do, but you have to learn your temperament and correct yourself. So now I just leave things totally alone. Like whatever. I ain't got nobody, but I'm just saying when I had somebody. I'm like, Angela, you ain't trying to get married now. I have to get married first.
I'm a little old school in that way.
Mm-hmm. But see, only reason why I never really got married because I'm not getting divorced. I don't believe in.
I thought that way too.
So that's why I figured. I always knew if I get married, since I was a little girl, I knew I was going to get married older in age. And I have a very low tolerance, so I would be. As soon as you get on my nerves, I'd be ready to get a divorce. Like soon as I literally like bye. But and so then I knew that being young, people don't really understand like the meaning of marriage and commitment and communication
and honesty and fidelity.
And just because so after that honeymoon stage is over.
That part.
So
what happened to fidelity? What happened to being honest about your feelings? Being honest about what you want and what you don't want. Telling someone and letting them know how you're feeling.
Right. And then just doing the right thing, like far as like your family, putting like your family first, and then you have whatever you want to do in life. And then when a lot of these men are young, it's like too much temptation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm sorry, but
and how about this? Taking ownership
yeah
for what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
And not throw it back on the other person saying, well, it was because of XYZ that I did some F-boy-ish. Just man up and say, you know what? I messed up.
And then
I messed up.
Like one thing I don't do. And I always tell women, say what you mean what you say.
Mm-hmm.
If you say something, don't go back on it. Even if you have to be alone. If you say I do not tolerate cheating, mean it.
Yep.
That right there is exactly why I'm alone, because people have said things that they don't mean, and then when I find out that they didn't mean it, it just
I would know I don't want no parts of you because I'm the type of person you're not gonna have to guess with me. I am going to tell you much as I could because my memory is all bad. But when we meet, we're gonna have to do a show about that with boundaries. How do we get them boundaries out in the beginning so we don't have to play these games? And then what are your boundaries? Because believe me, B, if you think I'm joking, how my girl said, try it. If you should lose me, You lose a good thing. That's one of my favorite songs. And she said, if you don't believe me, just try that. There is no coming back from cheating. There is none. None. But it ain't no mistake or nothing, because you didn't just sit down and just bam. No, y'all had conversations.
No, that's a freaking choice.
Right. It's a choice.
Especially when there is no changed or learned behavior from it. Like if you did some F-boy stuff and you said, okay, I admit I was wrong, I did wrong, blah, 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 blah. But there's still no changed behavior, because right after that you say, but it's because, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And for me, for my own edification and knowledge, when you say things like, I'm sorry, but in my mind, you're not sorry. You're not sorry.
Like the sorry.
There's no sorry, but there's I'm sorry, and that's it. That's it. How can I make it right? What can I do to change it? I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to try to be a better person, because I never want to feel this kind of pain again.
Right. Say what you mean and mean what you say at all times. Don't try to contradict yourself by offering an apology, but then
with a caveat. There's no caveat to an apology.
There's no caveat.
There's an apology, and that's it.
Right. That's just not how that goes.
All right, sissies. It has been over 3 hours. We got 6 strong in the building. I thank y'all for hanging out with me. And I love y'all for coming to the Queendom.
So welcome. Thank you for having me.
This has been another Brown Girl Bella extravaganza. I will see you all on Sunday for Sunday Sips, and on Saturday for my recorded video, which I will try to premiere so we can all watch it together. Because
by the way, if you have not seen my trailer, now, if you have not seen my trailer, it is available now.
Well, make sure before
that
y'all drop y'all links in so we can link up.
I'm having trouble hearing you guys. Hopefully, everybody else had an easier time hearing you. I will put the links to all of the channels who came up in the description box below at the conclusion of this video. But until next time, you have now been Bellafied.
Yeah.
Take care. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.